something small.
I am struggling deciding what to pick because none of this looks appetizing. I am so full.
Bro, it feels like they have like... Ew. I don't even know what these are called, but when I see these pastries, I'm going, ain't nobody grabbing one of those. What are those? It's a Danish. I don't want no jelly in that, bro. And you know what's crazy? Like, if I want to eat something that's like 60 grams of sugar, I'd rather just have like 4 glazed donuts than this.
Luckily, I found a few items that should work.
All right, we're gonna finish it off here with a pastry.
I don't think it looks bad. I just don't like... I'm not a big jelly donut guy, and I'm not a fan of the jam with the pastry.
And another cup of orange juice. I went with the orange juice simply
Too much.
because I don't think my body can handle any more food, which is concerning because I haven't even...
Yeah, let's just start ripping dollar orange juices, Jack. That's how we're gonna get our fucking money back. Post up to the Dole, the Dole cleaner, or the Dole dispenser like it's a fucking water, oh my God. What am I Jesus, weed brain. Oh my God. What is that called? A water cooler. Fuck. Shitty joke. Shitty joke. Move on.
Let's give it a shot. A little dry, but that's not a problem because we got our orange juice. Am I right? Done.
Dude, I'm gonna get into the stomach of Jack. When we were at the cruise, when we were on the cruise, all he ate every day was burgers. And bro, I swear to God, he didn't go to, I don't think he took a shit for like 2 days. Like, I think it was just like a rock building up in his stomach for the first 2 days we were on that cruise. Like, it was just burgers. That's all he ate. Do you have a burger? I can't eat the burger, fucker.
That was way harder than I expected. I'm gonna get the heck out of here. Love it. Love Circus Circus. Guys, I got my butt kicked. That was a lot harder than I expected it to be. But none of that matters because we freaking profited, baby. If this is just the first buffet, I don't even want to know what's on the other side of this challenge. Look, your boy needs to lock in because I have a lunch reservation in just a couple of hours and I'm gonna need full stomach capacity. I'm gonna try to burn off some of this food. That was brutal.
I went and walked the smog-filled Vegas Strip for a few hours to burn off some calories that I've consumed and prepare my stomach for the next buffet.
Bro, he's doing the same. He's doing another buffet in the same day.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the Wynn Hotel, and inside of it is our next buffet, the Buffet at the Wynn. Whoever came up with that name, genius. Unlike Circus Circus, this buffet
I assume it's probably somebody's last name now.
It has a 3.7 stars, so I'm feeling hopeful. This buffet is also significantly more expensive, coming in at a whopping $66. And that's before any upgrades. They also have an add-on which gives you bottomless drinks called the Endless Pour Package. You guys know I had to buy it.
$33, but he only gets fucking shit. US, bro, they could literally just start, they could just start buying teams.
Deal like this with.
They could literally just own the NBA.
There's no people, actually. He's the only guy, to be honest with you. So
I want to tell you, I don't have the magic. I have something more powerful than the magic.
Money.
Behind me, there is big mountain. You cannot see the end of the mountain.
This is a never-ending giant mountain of cash.
Over the next few years, he offers the highest level sports players absurd amounts of money to leave their league and come play in Saudi Arabia.
Each will have to answer for their part.
Damn, do you think there's people that have said no? There has to be, bro. If you're a pro athlete sitting on like $200 million and you love playing soccer and they come to you, you know, Turkey comes to you and he goes, I'm going to pay you $1 billion. Like, what's that? I'd be like, what's that doing for me? Messi? I mean, Messi still makes crazy money, but did Messi turn it down?
Participation.
Mbappe did too.
In so-called.
There's got to be. I mean, there's probably even more people like pro athlete wise or just like entertainers that are like, I don't care. Because they're already just so rich.
Sports washing, an attempt by the government to distract from the country's human rights abuses.
Some people turn it down. Lionel Messi turned down a reported $1.5 billion offer, and Tiger Woods turned down $800 million. But most of the
Tiger Woods could wipe his ass with $800 million. I feel like both of them probably could. Honestly, I get Messi and Tiger probably saying just no.
time, it only takes one or two big stars to fold for the rest of the league to follow.
Again, it comes back to my gut feeling about you that if it was just about money, you'd be in Saudi Arabia, right, earning this king's ransom. But that's not what motivates you. You want to keep at the top.
Exactly. 6 weeks later, guess where he is?
Exactly. 6 weeks later, signs to a Saudi team.
He took all the oil money. I've lost a ton of respect for him.
Ronaldo is a cog in the system of Vision 2030.
Biggest name in the sport to join the Saudi-backed Live.
I do wonder, I'm not saying this would ever occur. I'm not saying this would ever occur. I'm not saying this is what's happening, and I'm not implying that this is what's happening. Is there a chance that it's like, they come to Ronaldo and they go, hey, we'll pay you $2 billion to do this. And he's like, nah. And they go, I wouldn't say no if I were you. You know, like if you're a rich and famous guy and somebody that's 5,000 times as wealthy as you is like, I want you to do this. And you go, no. I'm not suicidal. Knock on wood. I'm not suicidal. I'm not implying that. I'm actually curious. I'm not saying that's what's happening. I'm saying, like, you could theoretically just be like, hey, you know, if you don't do this, your life's probably going to be a lot harder.
Golf League, Phil Mickelson, Face the Music today.
No matter how successful this tournament could ever be, it can't counteract someone being murdered, can it?
Nobody here condones human rights.
Bro was not ready for that question.
Violations. But again, I love this game of golf. I've seen the good that it's done.
Can you just clarify what you're apologising for? Is it you're sorry for speaking the truth about the Saudis? Or are you sorry for the shameless hypocrisy of taking their money anyway?
But the pressure is on all defecting golfers to...
I would assume if there's some contract that they're signing that there's probably not an NDA, but some sort of clause where it's like, hey, you're not allowed to talk about this.
Answer the moral question. How much money
if a reporter asks you a question about this, just say, I don't know.
Are you willing to take to ignore human rights abuses?
And even after enduring some of the most painful grilling of all time, Turkey's method is simply bulletproof. Fast forward to 2025, this year's plans are their biggest so far.
There is a big
What are they doing with iShow Speed? Bro, how much do you think they're paying him? He's starting his own soccer league. I think that's what it is, right?
price with him next year in basketball. He's a great man, and he have a great idea, and we...
Bro, Shaq has made money in every single marketplace that you could ever make money. Shaq gummies. Shaq was a DJ. Shaq did an Old Spice ad. Shaq's done insurance ads. Shaq's done fucking banking ads. Shaq's done NBA. Shaq's done everything. Like, that is the least surprising. Like, them getting Shaq is not surprising to me.
The entertainment sector is branching out to content creators, and now even comedy.
We're going to talk about the crisis in Spain. Yeah, we're going to talk about the crisis in Africa. Yeah, Russia. And I want to talk about...
Sorta.
Though this is no democracy, and there are...
What the fuck was that?
red lines.
The sex and religions and this Trump job. I don't know what's Trump job.
Was that like a skit?
But
Politics.
yes, exactly.
Despite the country's insistence that conditions have changed, free speech is one thing that's not quite there yet.
A Saudi blogger was sentenced to 1,000 lashes for running a website advocating free speech in the country.
Needless to say, no one's expecting a comedy-related event anytime soon. But against all odds,
they're giving out lashes?
Turkey does it. 2 weeks, and over 50 of the world's most popular comedians, making this easily the biggest comedy festival in history. Definitely the most expensive.
Behind me, there is a big mountain. You cannot see.
Who did they get? Gabriel Iglesias. They already talked about a bunch of other people. Aziz, Pete Davidson, Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle. Why are they cartoons? That's the podcast guys. I always forget their names.
Definitely the most expensive.
Behind me, there is a big mountain. You cannot see the end of the mountain.
Just like the previous buyout, some people turned down the money outright.
They were asking me to go to the Middle East soon.
What? Where? Why?
Saudi Arabia and UAE.
Dubai?
I think I'm gonna pass.
Yeah. For the troops? Is it for the troops?
I swear to God, they probably offered Shane. Like $30 million.
Not for the troops. It's for the Saudis.
For the fucking 3-day adventure.
For the Saudi princes?
Yeah, and everyone's like, yeah, you should do it. Everyone's doing it. It's like, for Saudis?
Yeah.
Weren't those the 9/11 guys?
But in the end, they get a...
See, now I don't... Entirely different thing. You know, see, now that's, well, that was also probably, I don't know if he was joking or not, because this is a podcast. Regardless, yeah, a little on the nose, a little more than on the nose. I would say that's the problem with Saudi Arabia now is what has been, being discussed in this entire video. 9/11 is literally like an extremist group that did terrorism in the United States in 2001. Right. I think that is separate from modern day Saudi Arabia or just Middle Eastern people.
I think I'm going to go.
You're going to go?
Well,
and from there, it's follow the leader.
September 11th, theater at MSG, and then September 27th, Saudi Arabia with...
Yeah, I love how they're shouting it out. Oh my God, yeah, I'm going to fly over to the fucking UAE right now. Oh my God, October 9th? Oh, dude, I'm fucking free. Let me hop on a fucking $8,000 flight over to the fucking UAE.
Doing it too, right?
I am.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
October 8th. I figured the 7th would have been important, so
People talk about it here and there. However, it's not until 7 months later that people really start to express concern. Television actor Zach Woods posts a video to TikTok giving his 2 cents.
All of your favorite comedians are performing at the pleasure of Turki Al-Sheikh, and he is the head of the entertainment authority over there, and he has so many people thrown in prison because they tweeted stuff he didn't like about the soccer team or whatever, that there's a wing of a prison nicknamed after him where they hang people by their heels from the ceiling.
Now all the other comedians who turned it down start to speak up, and things get heated fast. Atsuko Okatsuka posts screenshots of her contract to Threads. Comedy fans...
That's got to be a legal bind. Posting screenshots of the contract publicly. Artists shall not prepare or perform any material that can degrade, defame, or bring into public disrepute, contempt, scandal, embarrassment, or ridicule the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, including leadership, public figures, Saudi Arabia, royal family, legal system, or government, any religion, religious tradition, religious figure, or religious practice.
See it, and most of them are immediately drawn to the list of prohibited topics, which it appears their favorite comedians have agreed to. They can't perform any material that's considered to degrade, defame, or bring into public disrepute, contempt, scandal, entertainment, or ridicule the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, including its leadership, public...
So Matt Rife isn't going? Yeah, Matt Rife doing a bunch of crowd work. So, hey, what do you do for a living? Just struggling on stage. All the people in the front row, just billionaires. Billionaires. Can't make fun of them. Oh, you all the way in the 450th row. What do you do? Oh, my God. You're also a billionaire?
Well, some of the bigger names make sense. A lot of them have built careers around being the free speech guys. Guys who push the boundaries.
Davidson went as far and even...
Yeah, that is very confusing that, some of the comedians that outwardly make fun of religion and just, anyone are now not able to do that.
Call the crowd names like idiots and terms we can't say on TV.
Naturally, when fans hear they've essentially signed away their rights, they feel betrayed.
I am shocked at some of the names and not so surprised at others. I think that they have blood on their hands. I think
YouTube at Gay Ass Podcast.
it's disgusting.
You taking that money literally invalidates everything you've been doing for your whole career and the shit you've been talking.
Exactly.
So that's what comes with that.
Yeah.
Now you look like you full of shit.
Right.
Comedian Dave Cross drew attention for a statement on his website, quote, "I'm disgusted and deeply disappointed in this whole gross thing that people I admire with unarguable talent would condone this totalitarian thief."
Imagine all of them did say no, though, and then they had a really, like, grift towards, like, the bottom tier, C tier, like, early 2000s comedians. On the comedy special at Saudi Arabia, we have Rob Schneider. You remember him from Benchwarmers. Rob Schneider. We have all the side characters in all the Adam Sandler movies.
To resurface, showing the comedian's apparent hypocrisy.
But then didn't Chris Rock say he doesn't like going to university campuses anymore?
None of us do, because we're not going to play by their rules. You're ruining free speech.
I saw so many liberal white comics talking on us. First of all, we've never been the truth to power guys.
We've never been the ones out here. Like, there are people that are getting pushback, and like, based on some that they had said in the past, I kind of get it.
I feel like you're part of a movement in the last 10 years by comedians to be like, hey, let us say whatever we want.
Sure.
It's a kind of a free speech movement.
I feel like the response you have to have if you accept it is the money made it not matter, you know? Because, like, I think that's, like, right on. Yeah, you're hitting it right on the nose there. Like, you're just flat out being like, yeah, they paid me enough to where I don't care. But, like, I would kind of respect that more than just, like, beating around the bush. You know what I mean? Yeah, they paid me fucking $80 million, so I don't give a fuck.
Huge free speech absolutist.
My job is not to self-censor, right? Because there's no real censorship in our culture. You can say what you want, right? Not freedom of consequence. People will be upset.
Was sentenced to 1,000 lashes.
Some of them are even condemning other people for taking the same kind of work.
You know, like, Burger's getting all this pushback, and it's like the first time I've seen in his career him not, like, aware of why it's happening.
Beyonce and Mariah Carey actually did private New Year.
Majority of my cost of groceries is just fruit and vegetables.
Given that it's so close to my
And then I buy really nice toilet paper.
apartment.
I should stock up on some more instant noodles.
In terms of what...
Where do you shop? Walmart. Here's where somebody's gonna say, you got an airline. Walmart. Dick. Self-checkout. Fucker.
I cook on a daily basis. I don't really have a set plan because of the fact that my company subsidizes both my breakfast and my lunch.
How do you spell that? Are you trying to fact check me on whether or not I fucking shop at Walmart?
Well, yes, beef short rib, $14.34 or $10.99 per pound. This is a cut that usually isn't super widely available in Western grocery stores. So
he gets free food at his work. Yeah, I'm talking over him mad crazy, sorry.
I cook on a daily basis. I don't really have a set plan because of the fact that my company subsidizes both my breakfast and my lunch.
Wow. Well, yes, beef short rib, $14.34 or $10.99 per pound. This is a cut that usually isn't super widely available in Western grocery stores, so always nice to pick some up from the Asian grocery store.
In terms of dinner, I'll usually meal prep some sort of protein as well as vegetables. So that could be chicken, it could be some fish. It really just depends on my mood.
This herbal tea, this stuff is gas. Also a ton of sugar in there, but really, really good. So a pack of 6 for $3.99.
Yo, if you did this with me, I would have a monthly cost of weed. Like, that would have to be factored into my budget, bro. Like, those nowadays I drink are like $9 a can, bro. I would be like, all right, so we're doing our weekly stop and I'm spending $100. Yeah, I'm probably spending, I don't know how much money I spend on weed. I spend a lot of money on weed.
I'm lucky enough to be in a...
Mainly weed drinks. Because actual weed, I don't buy a lot of bud. I drink a lot of THC drinks. And edibles aren't that expensive.
Situation where food prices have not really...
Somebody redeemed edible. It was you, jackass. I saw it. Why are you saying someone redeemed edible? You're the one that redeemed it.
Really affected how I socialize or make these decisions around food choices.
You know you're gonna get high, bro. It's 1:56, bro. Later. This is the first video of the day.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and make our way to the other grocery store. Round 2, let's go.
In terms of cooking versus eating out, I am almost always cooking at home. I very rarely dine out.
Man, people are...
How, though? There's some fire spots in San Fran, dude. They have so many, like, Korean fusion places, and then just, in general, like, sushi restaurants.
Fiending for the...
I'd be eating out every other day if I lived in San Fran.
The Coke Zeros. He ran out of the large ones.
Oh, no.
Here's what I got at the Western supermarket. A loaf of white bread, a bag of white rice, a dozen eggs, a bottle of Coke, and a gallon of whole milk. In total, this came out to be 22.
The gut buster. This shit. It's just you'd be pooping straight logs, bro.
$2.34. Now, this isn't necessarily what I would get on a regular basis, but it's just to give an idea of how much things cost in my area.
What do you do for fun in your free time? That's an excellent question. In terms of what I do...
Oh my god, is this where he spends his money?
In my free time, there are really three major...
He owns like fucking $5 million of CSGO cases.
...areas that I spend my money on. The first is finances, so really a lot about the credit cards and churning and that sort of thing, as well as my personal finances. There's also a big aspect of travel, whether that's domestic or international. And I am also an active participant in the furry community.
Oh, yep, and all the money, that's where all the money's gone. Dude, a fursuit's like fucking $10,000.
Currently spend about $1,000 a year just for the privilege of owning the credit cards that I currently hold on to. In terms of my hobbies, I generally
Amex Platinum
spend between $400 and $500 a month across all of them.
I feel like you can't factor. I know there's a point in saying that because it's like you spend that money, but if you have an Amex Plat card, like you're getting more out of it than like what you're spending in the annual fees.
Though in certain cases, I will spend a little bit more money, and I'm currently saving up for a fursuit. On average, depending on where your maker is, as well as how reputable they are, a fursuit will generally cost between $4,000 to $7,000. The furry community means a lot of different things to various people. To some people, it's a way of expressing themselves, sometimes in adult ways, and other times it's...
Bro, he's really like fur-mogging everyone in this fucking picture, though. Like, he has an animated fucking mask, and everybody else just has, like, a regular... Like, he's actually fur-mogging.
In adult ways, and other times it's just a way of designing a fictional character and sort of...
Joe, your DMs aren't working. I have a fursuit ready. Bro, stop.
Living in a bit of a mascot costume.
I almost bought... Yo, I remember that was a thing. I tried to buy... Y'all wanted me to buy a fur mask, like, years ago. And I thought it would be, like, oh, like, $200. Bro, they were, like, thousands of dollars.
And other times it's just a way of designing a fictional character and sort of living in a bit of a mascot costume for a while. To me, being part of this community really means designing my own characters, as well as embodying them in the form of either commissioning art or, in some extreme cases, commissioning fursuits.
What does he not have? Oh, this isn't the fursuit. This is the material he wants to use.
And all of this faux fur, or at least part of it, will eventually end up on the head. This is a bigger part of the project, especially since I'm not super familiar with sewing, but it'll eventually end up on there.
So my character currently is a bit of a cyborg hybrid between a canine as well as a robot, known in the community colloquially as a protogen. I think for really anything mentioning furry in the furry community as well, because of it being a sort of historically marginalized community in the social space, there are a lot of concerns around doxing, as well as in general people not necessarily being super comfortable with being public with this. I just happen to be one of the stupid people that decided to go public with this. I don't really spend a lot of money on improvement.
People hate on furries that much? Bro, I'm like, who gives a shit? You want to spend $8K on a fursuit and be a furry? I don't care. Like, people that get that bothered, they'll fucking harass them. I mean, like, I understand people are making jokes, but I'm like, bro, to that point?
My finances, it's more so...
Hey, you want to be a furry? Who cares?
...of a lifestyle choice to take a look at credit cards and the perks that they offer and whether or not it's really worth it to me. In terms of maximizing your value for the points, this is really a process of trying to earn those points in the most efficient way and spending those points.
I care. Why? Like, bro, what a weird outlook on life. Like, that you're letting that irk you on a daily basis. Like, it doesn't affect you at all. It doesn't affect you at all. Like, people want to be furries, that's fine.
The most efficient way.
They're creepy. Bro, You don't know the difference between people that are furries and people that fetishize fursuits. People that are furries aren't doing it because they're sexually attracted to the idea of being a furry. They just like being furries, right? Like, they like having a fursona. Like, that's different.
Generally, in terms of earning, you're going to be getting those from sign-up bonuses rather than every day.
My kid, though? Bro, if I had a kid and he wanted to be a furry, I'm not paying for his fucking fursuit, but I'll say, hey, man, you want to save up $7,000 to buy a fursuit? It's on you.
Spend, and in turn...
I'd be like, I'll get you a car, right? Do I think they're overpriced as fuck? Yeah, dude, $7,000? Holy shit. But, like, I'm not going to judge it.
In terms of actually cashing in those points, you're going to be trying to look for value where, say, maybe a business class ticket might be $5,000, but only $2,500 worth of points. I was fortunate enough to grow up in a household where my mother was very financially literate, and she was actually the one that got me interested in credit cards and churning in the first place. The most recent trip that I did was to Southeast Asia, so Singapore as well as Malaysia. I was fortunate enough to bring my dad along as well as my sister.
That's very sweet. He brings his family.
I have health insurance provided by my employer. I am currently paying for a high deductible plan, and I spend about $17 per month. I currently
do by any means, but I'm saying, like, it's not some mystery why, right, nobody goes.
It seems like most of the reforms' only function is to help them rebrand.
So the Crown Prince has made a public show of allowing some women to drive.
Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince believed by Western intelligence agencies to have ordered the butchery of journalist Jamal Khashoggi.
But the changes do enough to impress the right people, and MBS is hailed as a visionary.
More striking, social revolution with women driving the change.
Has really done things, and I think especially what you've done for women.
You know, a lot of people have described you as a visionary leader. I talked to a number of...
On the table of all men. You know, you've done really great stuff for women. There's just only dudes. Just only dudes at the table.
Your citizens, and that's how they describe you. And you didn't even plant them. That's really how they talk about you.
To handle the entertainment.
Isn't this about comedians? Yeah, it's giving the history of, like, how it led up to the big comedy show.
Inside is Muhammad's right-hand man in a high school.
Dude, I think the other thing that, like, I guess is the downside is, yes, they put on these big tourist events and attractions for people, and they are trying to lure in, you know, wealthy individuals to come tour there and, you know, bring money and, I guess, energy into the city and the country. But if you're throwing on, like, a toured show where you have fucking 80 of the world's best comedians come fucking do their work, I'm assuming it's going to be absurdly expensive, you know, to go see that show. It's like Coachella. It'd be like saying, hey, we're trying to make Coachella Valley feel more like a tourist spot. So we're going to hold a huge music festival that costs $10,000 for the average person to fucking go to. Like, yeah, it's fun, but it's fucking a goddamn waste of money. You know what I mean? Like, I went to Coachella. It was the most expensive thing I have ever fucking done in terms of an experience, you know? Not the most expensive thing I've ever bought, but it's like, dude, it was $10,000 for two people. For two people. I went to Iceland for a week for cheaper. And so in the same front, maybe, I don't know how expensive this comedy show is, but I'm assuming it's fucking out of the average person's budget. You know, Disney World, flying to fucking the UAE or the Middle East to come fucking, you know, watch a comedy show. Like, which are you going to choose? Both are expensive. One's really fucking expensive and halfway across the world.
Gaming buddy, Turkey Al-Sheikh. He starts by investing in his passion for boxing.
I felt like it was something that could never be fixed until this guy showed up. He has invested more money, and more money into this sport than literally ever. So,
as I said last week.
Well, I mean, didn't they, doesn't Saudi Arabia have Ronaldo now for like $1 billion contract? I'm pretty sure EA Games just sold to somebody in Saudi Arabia, right? Like an investor. Like, they're buying up a lot. Like, they own a lot. Like, everyday shit you use, even if as an English-speaking Westerner, is probably owned or functionally, I guess, profited by individual. They have EA. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's recent, though. Mr. Beast 2? What do you mean? They didn't buy Mr. Beast's channel.
I hate Tom and Jerry's kinds of boxing.
Then creates his own organizations for soccer, golf, TED Expos, esports, and even signs contracts with the UFC.
With my brother Dana White, and
I perceive it as we don't know how much they're getting paid. I perceive it as an undeniable amount of money. Like, remember when so many people were taking steak contracts back when it wasn't banned on Twitch, and they were making like XQC or like Trainwrecks, and like those guys were making like literally tens of millions of dollars. Like, I think for them to do like one comedy show, say their average base pay is like $250K, they're like, we'll pay you $2.5 million. We'll pay you $5 million to come perform one time. And they're like, yeah, funny money. Life-changing money, regardless of whether or not they have money already. Like, an amount of money that would retire your great-great-grandkids. Like, that's how much they're getting offered.
To have big card, next big card.
And WWE.
History will undoubtedly be made again. You are making history a lot lately.
Pretty soon it becomes painfully clear that if Turkey wants something, he likely has the means to get it.
The guy he looked at the scorecard.
Listen, they control the sport of boxing right now. I don't think it's hard for them
How much money do they have?
Steal anybody from anybody. He and I have become very close friends.
What's his name? Turkey ala Sheik. $2.8 billion. But that's off of net worth. It's also the power that over 1.4 trillion for the whole family. Huh? The House of Saud, the royal family of Saudi Arabia, sits on a mind-blowing 1.4 trillion plus fortune. Huh? $1,400 billion. Their wealth began with the discovery of oil in their area in 1930s. What the fuck? $1.4 trillion? So they're just throwing money at shit.
Listen, they control the sport of boxing right now. I don't think it's hard for them to steal anybody from anybody. He and I have become very close friends in a very short amount of time, and there aren't a lot.
I mean, they're so rich that it's like, even if they say no, it's like there's an amount of money that is irrefusable by every national sport in the game, dude. It's like the worst drink.
Which means our total buffet cost is now $99. Holy shit. Now, eating $100 of food on my own seems pretty much impossible, but here's the kicker. The food options are pricey. I'm talking crab legs, prime rib, lobster, and endless champagne. My favorite. Look, I don't know what I just signed myself up.
Yo, I think I might rip just like 100 oysters and just chug that shit down. I feel like that's how you make money. Like, you gotta go, what's a small menu item that's really expensive by weight? That's why, like, caviar is really, like, a good play when he gets to the expensive one. I hate oysters, too. But Cloak said arigato. What's up, Cloak? You're puking 20 minutes in? I don't know, man. I don't know how many oysters I could put down in, like, an hour. Because you probably have a time limit there, too.
Do know is, I'm not going down without a fight. Little dramatic. I made my way over to the win, and I could feel a clear difference from the last buffet. This was wealthy. The inside was beautiful, almost as beautiful as the casino at the Circus. This is too nice for me. I feel like I'm LARPing. Finding the buffet was a piece of cake considering this big sign that says the buffet on it. Hi, I have a reservation for 2:30. Thank you. This is not a buffet. I refuse to believe it. Oh my God, this is a little fancy. My goal is actually to essentially put you guys out of business. I'm trying to eat more than what I paid for the buffet.
Can eat as much as you can. There we go, thank you.
Thanks so much. I was escorted with a small group and was
No, he really doubles down. He goes, no. I expect you guys to be closing your doors by fucking maybe noon tomorrow. I won't leave until you're out, okay? You're gonna have to wheel a truck in to fucking stop me.
Taken to my designated seat.
Bro, you know what would be... Are there any YouTubers that are like strong men that have done this? I feel... Or just competitive eaters. Bro, why does Beard Meats Food or like Matt Stoney... Maybe they have done it and I just haven't seen it. They should fucking go to this. Somebody would stop them. I think that's how you get a paycheck, bro. Your Beard Meats Food, pay the $66 to pull up here and literally eat $1,000 of food. And then just walk out. Like, they're just not profiting on that fucking time slot for this.
Thank you. I've been sat at my table. This place is unbelievable. Before I start slamming food and champagne, I have to show you guys around. So first off, the sheer...
You think that lady had to pay for that infant?
Size and beauty of this buffet was nuts, but the food was even more nuts.
No, she like feeds the infant one piece of steak. Oh, sorry, ma'am, you're not allowed to do that.
They had prime rib, all different types of fresh pizza, a salad.
Worst thing you could get at a fucking buffet, dude. That's how they get you in, bro. They show you a bunch of stuff, and then they just show you slop food that people fuck with. Like pizza, french fries, chicken tenders. Like literally the most cheap shit you could fucking sell. Carbs and cheese.
Bar, which looks surprisingly good. Tons of different...
I don't know about that. I don't know about that one, man.
Different desserts, sushi, one of my favorites, mounds of crab claws and oysters, a mega mountain of shrimp, as well as lobster and crab legs. The only problem? There's a 2-hour time limit, and I have $99 worth of food and drink to consume. I rushed my way to get what was most expensive, the seafood, and I got a lot of it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our first plate of food. I got an absolutely absurd pile of crab legs, which is one of my favorite foods, so I am freaking hyped. I also got some shrimp with some marinara sauce. Might have went a little overboard on the marinara.
How is he pricing this? Like, what is he putting this at? You're looking down 3 shrimp, 4 crab legs. Like, does he have to look up the weight off of these? It's just like, what would you guys price that plate as? Genuine, like being real, what would a restaurant charge you for this weird random plate? $22. Crab legs are pretty expensive. I would say 20 bucks.
There, and my glass of champagne has arrived.
Glass of champagne, you could put it like $12. He's already like halfway then.
I'm so excited. See, this is all a strategic play here. Not only are the meats usually the most expensive items, but they fill you up the least. That being said, I'm gonna value this plate at around $20.
So fair.
And for the glass of champagne, I looked up the price of the bottle. It's about $7 a glass.
Oh my God, he's being even more fair. Holy shit, I thought he was gonna say $12, like 25 bucks.
Let's dig in. Oh, I'm so excited. The crab legs are already cut in half, which makes it way easier because I don't have...
Love that too. I fucking hate that shit. I love eating crab legs. I hate getting so dirty while I'm eating them. And I know it's a part of the experience, but it's like, it's really like an outside activity. Like, I feel like I should be in like somebody's backyard, just like standing in the corner, just munching on the crab legs, fucking ripping them open. You're sitting in a restaurant, gets all over you. Even if you have like a bib and gloves on, it's getting everywhere.
To peel them. That's so good. Look at all the meat in that claw right there. Holy gas. Mmm. Oh, it's so good. Guys, if you haven't had crab, if you get the chance, you gotta try it.
A YouTuber?
No, a YouTuber.
What's your YouTube?
It's called Jack Pembroke.
He should have lied.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now for the champagne. Oh. Plate number 1 in the books. The time is ticking. I'm gonna go get a second plate. We still have a long way to go in order to profit. Excuse me? I was wondering if I could get another champagne.
Okay.
Would it be possible to...
Yeah, I was gonna say, bro, just line them up. Yeah, would it be possible for me to get like 5 of those motherfuckers? I'll literally just, line them and fill the whole table with champagne glasses.
Do multiple at once? No?
He has one at the time.
Okay, I'm actually a horrible person. I'm going ham. I'm going crazy. I want to try everything in this place. So I grabbed the second plate.
Champagne then? I know champagne's expensive. Wouldn't you think like if it's like an unlimited drinks, they're probably not giving you like top shelf liquor, but I feel like it would be better. I feel like it would be better to be like, yeah, let me get like a double vodka and cran with like Grey Goose. And that maybe they're counting that as like a mid-tier. And that, I feel like that'd be more expensive. Or just wine would be so much worse. I mean, champagne's basically wine, but like, dude, imagine having to chug like 9 fucking glasses of Merlot. Ugh. And then walk out into the fucking 98-degree Vegas sun. 3 bottles of Merlot in. Your fucking whole mouth's red. You just ate a bunch of lobster. I think I yak on the sidewalk second I step outside.
Went for the sushi and had to get even more seafood if I wanted to profit. My plate consists of a bunch more crab legs as well as a little bit of sushi.
Do not have any recurring healthcare costs.
I don't have dental insurance.
In terms of staying fit, My apartment has a gym, but in case I'm lazy.
Still. And I think about that. I'm like, I just pay out of pocket. But I just don't have dental insurance.
To do that, I also do bodyweight fitness. And for cardio...
I've never had dental insurance. I swear. I've never had dental insurance. I have health insurance. I don't have dental insurance.
And aerobics, I do dancing.
One of the big parts about the furry conventions as well are the raves that happen in person. And there are some people there that know how to dance.
In any given month, I will save anywhere between $5,000 to $20,000. In terms of that large range, it really depends on whether or not my 401k is maxed out, whether or not I have any stock
Oh, that's why he's maxing. He's doing the most he's able to do.
And whether or not I have any bonus.
Why are you saying all right? Buddy, I'm not saying all right. Like, I'm saying all right because it's cringy. I'm not saying I'm not cringy, bro. I twerk on stream. That shit's cringy as fuck.
In terms of
I'm not sitting here, bro. I'm not sitting here acting like I'm not cringe as hell either.
Matching out my 401k with my employer, I contribute $24,500 up to the maximum limit that I can contribute alongside my employer contributions.
Okay, they do match it. That answered my question from an hour ago.
In addition to that, I make after-tax contributions all the way up to the IRS limit of $72,000. So in total, about 1/6 of my compensation is going towards my 401k. In terms of my other investments, I also max out my Roth IRA and HSA every single year, and then any additional money goes into my brokerage account. I'm currently about 80% invested in the US stock market and 20% internationally. I think like with many other parts of my generation,
I'm heavily invested in the spider fighting rings of the Philippines. So I understand the 20% international.
Very much a big split in terms of financial literacy, among other things. There's a swath of people who are fairly well educated in terms of personal finances, and there are a lot of those who are just getting by. I view personal finance in a very similar way as I do personal fitness. A lot of the core concepts are fairly simple, but it doesn't mean that it's easy to follow, and there are a lot of traps along the way. I'm aiming to retire by the age of 30, in which case I'll need about $1.6 million to do so. In terms of why I decided to start pursuing the path of financial independence and retiring early, I wanted to build a life for myself where I wouldn't have
Dude, that's crazy. He's gonna retire when he's 30.
Have to work for money.
Bro, but he retires at 30. The majority of his investments are gonna be in long-term retirement funds that he wouldn't be able to touch for 29 and a half years after he turns 30, unless he takes a heavy hit. So it's like, well, he needs 1.6 million, fluid cash. Like he needs $1.6 million and then he'll retire. I just feel like that's definitely enough money, but it's like, then he's going to have to live. Like, why not? In my mind, okay, see, this is maybe like a money hungry mindset here. But in my mind, if he's making $300K a year, why not work another 5 years, pocket another fucking, $500K, and then be able to live at a higher annual spending rate than he does now? Like, because you retire at 30, okay, what do you do with your life? Like people ask me what I'm going to do when I'm done streaming. Like, yeah, I could be done, but like, I'll probably do other shit. Like I've talked about wanting to work at a dog shelter, becoming a personal trainer, just doing something to like keep, active, right? Like you can't just be like, oh, okay, now I'm going to bum for the rest of my life. Travel, bro, but traveling is expensive. If he has $1.6 million and he's going to travel for the rest of his life, he'll run out of that. Seriously. Like, if you have $1.6 million, he has all of his income just comes from his investments, and he can't touch his retirement fund for 30 years, and he's traveling all the time. Like, say he's taking 6-7 trips a year. Didn't even mean to do the 6-7 joke, sorry. Say he's taking 6-7 trips a year that cost like $6,000 a piece, $8K a piece. It's like, that's going to fucking add up, coupled with your other living expenses, his rent, that's $30K a year. Like, you're going to run out of money. And you get a girlfriend or a wife or a significant other, you end up having kids at some point, which he mentioned. Like, you're not going to be able to support them in that way.
All the way up until 65. There's a lot of moving parts
unless you live extremely frugally.
Comes to retirement planning, and even establishing a goal number is a bit of a moving goalpost in general.
You're not wrong. Well, I'm saying it's like, dude, the average cost of like raising a kid to like 18 is like $300,000 or some shit. So you have 2 kids and another person that's in your life, and you're traveling and living in an expensive city. Like $1.6 million is a lot, but if you're not handling that money well, like you're going to bleed, right? It's like you're fine for years, but like if you're not investing that in a way that's going to long last and you're still spending, like if you give somebody $1 million, they can retire, yes, but they're not going to be able to retire living in an apartment that costs $40K a year and owning 2 cars and fucking traveling, right? Like, you're going to have to retire in a more frugal way, living in a cheaper area like West Virginia or somewhere in the more middle of the United States. Like, you can't live in a big city.
The rule of thumb in the community is to multiply your expenses by 25, or otherwise known as the 4% rule.
Not financial advice. Yeah, not financial advice.
And if you're retiring earlier than, say, around 40 or so, you might want to add some leeway to that. And so my budget is a little bit greater than the actual 4% rule. There's a lot of different projections.
It's good that he's doing that. I just think it's like he's looking at it at the perspective of me, right? And you have to factor in, fuck, what if I have kids? That's the biggest thing in my mind. What if I have kids? What if I have a significant other that also isn't working, right?
Projections in terms of how much I'm going to be contributing in the future, as well as how the stock market is going to do over that course of time.
I have way too many sheets in this, so
it's really what you're going to retire from is really based off of how much you plan on spending a year. Like he had like 64K annual expenses, which works, right? But if you want to retire, like that's why I'm just like, fuck, man. And I know maybe that's like more a materialistic way, but I'm like, if you're making a salary of $300,000 a year, if he works till he's like 35, 40, then he could have an annual spend of like 150K. Like he could live at a much higher quality of life and travel more and own more. It's greedy. I mean, yeah, but like, I don't know. I mean, retiring 30, I would say saying work till 40 isn't greedy, right? Retiring at 30 is a young age to retire at.
Every month I'll create a copy of this sort of base spreadsheet. I designed it myself.
Retiring out of 30, to put it in perspective, is 8 years of work out of college. Like, less than a decade. You graduate college, you work for 8 years, and you're done. Like, I'm not sitting here saying people should work till they're 60. No, that's fucking long, right? But, like, you're working 8 years.
I don't really have a template that I follow, and I prefer it this way. It's more of a DIY approach of if I decide that there are certain categories that I don't want or categories that I do need, then I'll just add it onto the spreadsheet and it'll be copied over.
He's got emergency funds out too. Dude, he really is thinking far into this. Hey, I trust the number that he's arrived at then.
For the remainder of however long I decide to do this budgeting. I actually do have a larger tax sheet that does track down in terms of like taxes that I'm paying, in terms of the income that I'm getting.
What do you think is a good age to retire whenever you have a fucking enough money to retire? I mean, what
But to the people that be going broke just to lop, how does it feel when it's just you and your 40,000 in credit card debt?
Yeah, 40K in credit card debt so you can wear chrome hearts or some shit, bro. Like, I never understand that.
But back to our lopping lesson, which I would say...
Or, bro, you see a motherfucker, yo, I can never get over people that be buying, like, sports cars with, like, 80K miles on it for, like, 40 grand. They're buying, like, a fucking BMW or a Hellcat with, like, 120,000 miles, and they're financing it for, like, 50K over the next 3 years. Oh. I mean, that is, like, by far, like, the only other fastest way you could burn money and light it on fire is if you bought a horse and shot it. That is the quickest way you lose money. That or gambling, you might win. The only other, it's financing a fucking a BMW or a Hellcat that has 100K miles on it from like 9 years ago. That's setting money on fire. Second fastest way to set money on fire: buy a living animal and kill it. Like that is the only other way that you could burn money quicker.
Lopping has sort of kept its original definition.
Because you're not getting anything out of that.
Roleplay aspect is now role-playing a rich nigga instead of a medieval dark wizard. But the term lopping can also be used when somebody's pretending to have knowledge on some shit they just don't know about. Like there's people that just pretend to have watched a show instead of actually watching.
Leveling, we have Sung Jinwoo. That guy.
Nick 830 goes insane after getting early access to unreleased solo leveling Fortnite skins.
Leveling, we have Sung Jinwoo. That guy's my favorite when he does all of his crazy anime stuff in the... Jinwoo. That guy...
He does all his crazy anime stuff.
That guy's my favorite when he does all of his crazy anime...
I've never seen this. Is this a sponsor? I feel like he has to glaze it. There's no way.
Stuff in the show, in the movies, like, it really makes my day.
And then the same people will take part in discussions about the show.
Bro. First season of Solo Leveling, I haven't seen second season because it wasn't in dub, and I'm not gonna LARP. I love watching dub because I constantly look down, and if I'm watching sub, I can't look down. So I watch dub. First season of Solo Leveling, the story sucks. Fight scenes, oh, chef's kiss, right? I just love watching him get stronger and then fight bigger things. That's all I want to see. Every episode, he could just get stronger, fight something that's stronger than him, and be like, duh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to beat this. And then he beats it, and then he levels up, and then he fights something bigger. That's all you got to do. Rinse and repeat until he fights God. And then the show's over.
They watched it in 2x speed, divided in 3 parts on a TikTok channel. And this kind is beyond annoying when uninformed people want to act informed, and then just start spreading straight misinformation. And then there's people who outwardly express the fact that they like an artist.
Oh my god, people that LARP liking, like, underground rap. There's people that actually like Netspend, and then there's people that say they like Too Slimy. And I just can't. Like, I can't, like, that's, like, there's a level of, like, LARPing behind that, and it's like, okay, I understand why you like Netspend. It's, like, unique, and it's, like, different, and then it's like, okay, I'm just gonna be more different than that, and I'm gonna fuck with Too Slimy. Like, I like Too Slimy's, and people say that to me about funk. Bro, I was talking to Jack Pembroke about that. Jack was like, funk music's fucking noise pollution comparable to like Netspend. And I'm like, well, no, I like certain Netspend songs, but I'm like, bro, funk music is not noise pollution. There's a beat to it versus just that's cringe as fuck. Bro, I don't give a fuck. I love funk music. I used to like rave music. Now I like funk music. I just love shit with beats, bro. This shit gets you hyper, bro. This shit spikes your heart rate. I like that.
To the artist.
Makes me feel like I'm alive.
And then they'll just bite the aesthetic that's associated with liking that artist.
Yo, if you're gonna start me off with a song, what would it be? Viva la vida.
It's the worst time to stutter. It's the worst time to stutter. You can't, bro. That's like when you're trying to diss somebody and you're like, oh, well, you look like a, yeah. You just gotta say, like, if you don't get it out, it's just like, I'm just walking away. I'm just walking away. Never mind. Never mind. Viva la vida.
With liking that artist.
Yo, if you're gonna start me off with a song, what would it be? Viva la vida. Viva la vida. By Cod.
I'd be like, bro, cut that out. Yo, like right after that, I'd be like, yo, chop that shit. Chop that shit.
That was a targeted example, but it can be much more generalized. Like, let's say skating. People like the skater aesthetic, but aren't willing to actually put in the effort to get good. And these are referred to.
Bro, you know the shit that actually fucking pisses me off? I'm fine with people doing like hobby horsing or any of that, like hobby horsing or the fucking, what's the shit where they just grind on the floor? Sliding. I think that's cool. Whatever. Fine. You want to do that? I hate hobby mountain biking. Hobby mountain biking is the stupidest shit. How do I even find this? Because if I look up hobby mountain biking, it just shows me people actually mountain biking. Hobby mountain biking is a thing where they have, oh God, is this one? No, it's just the front wheel. It's the front wheel. And they just run around with the front wheel. What would I look up to find that? Oh, they have hobby, oh my God, they have hobby motocross. I didn't even know that. I gotta cut the fucking music though. Like, I don't know if this is a meme. This isn't even what I'm talking about, but it's just, imagine this with like a mountain bike.
This is called Hobby Duro. This is Andy, and he went viral for being the first professional hobby rider. And Hobby Duro is basically just like normal enduro, but the stunts are much safer since your bike doesn't have an engine or wheels. But is this too dangerous? This is called Hobby Duro.
Bro, that's so lame. Like, that's so lame. Like, I get people liking hobby horsing, right? Like this, because you're doing like some sort of athletics and you're trying to like mock what a horse looks like. Like they're doing high jump basically. Like there's shows. You know, am I gonna go watch that? No, but like I'm not judging that. Hobby mountain biking, just get a fucking mountain bike, you chud. Why? Like you're doing tricks that you could just do on a bike. Like just sit on the bike, just ride the bike. Why? I get maybe hobby motocross. I get it even more than hobby mountain biking. Because like motocross, it's like, oh fuck, I could like snap my neck and die. But like hobby mountain biking, bro, there has to be a video of it. This is a guy commentating on it, but it's fine.
So here's another sport that's similar to hobby horsing.
Why am I doing
where
a
I guess
fucking
it's just the front
captcha?
fucking. I don't know if you guys have seen those, you know, the hobby horsing videos where people have a stick between their legs.
It's making me do a puzzle. This.
Where I guess it's just the front fucking tire of a mountain bike, and these guys do it. I don't know if you guys have seen those, you know, the hobby horsing videos where people have a stick between their legs, and then they pretend like they're on a, you know, like a horse obstacle course, and then they jump, but they jump themselves. And
like, why do you not just get on an actual bike? Like, this has to be fake. I understand this is LARPing, but this is like, why? Just fingerboard? Bro, not even just fingerboard. What are we doing? Just have an actual bike. You're telling me you're too scared to just do the jump? Just do the jump. This seems like more effort.
I was going to say this is just as bad, but this is actually better than that because this is at least, you know, part of a bike. You know, this is just the front part of a
Oh my
bike.
God, no, stop. The fucking... Like it's a hard hang time. And then lands it back down. But you could learn how to do that in like a week. Like, you're not going to be good. You're going to fall probably sometimes, but it's like, ugh. Why?
To his poses, poses are an OG form of Lapa.
I've been using it for that thing Gumball's head, land surfing.
Same with the term casual in sports, like somebody that watches NBA here and there, but will still act like they got the most valid takes.
If Wemby can somehow get to at least the third round of the playoffs, would it be wrong to say Wemby is already better than LeBron?
And there's probably way more examples of terms that are just the same thing as lopping. But if you like the aesthetic of something, why not just actually get into it instead of pretending that you have? But when people use this form of pretending to have...
Because you jump from thing to thing. Like, if you're a LARPer for a specific hobby, you could just hop from hobby to hobby. You don't need to actually invest time into something that you seriously enjoy.
More knowledge about something than they actually do.
I'm just curious, what's the price on that rig there?
So yeah, you're probably...
It's mostly because they're just getting into it or they want to be included.
That kid actually knows his stuff, though. I'll see him on TikTok. That kid's not LARPing. No, seriously, I'm going to defend that kid. That kid's not LARPing. That kid actually knows tractors, and he's like 8 years old.
Getting into it or they want to be included in that community. But why is it not okay to not know everything about everything all the time? Can we just normalize saying I don't know again? Because when you don't and you pretend to know about some shit, it just comes off as rage bait. My current favorite video on the internet is this video of this guy asking his coworker, who's a better fighter in terms of boxing? Mike Tyson.
I was gonna rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and most vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been.
Or Zuku Midoriya. And this nigga was...
Who would win in a fight?
talking about how he's seen his fights.
Where would you place Azuka Midoriya?
I don't know. I would need to write this shit down.
Then
But Manny Pacquiao got to be up there.
I still think Azuka Midoriya is over Mike Tyson. He's just too quick.
That's great.
He got
Just say you don't know who Izuku Midoriya is, gang. It's fine, bro.
Oh, I thought he was just going, oh, well, if they had no powers. He didn't know who Izuku Midoriya was. I was going to say there's no world where, like, Mike Tyson with no powers beats Deku. Like, Deku's just fucking eviscerating you. Even though I hate Deku. Deku season 1 would lose to Mike Tyson.
And this nigga was talking about how he's seen his fights.
Where would you place Azuka Midoriya?
I don't know. I would need to write this shit down.
Then
But Manny Pacquiao got to be up there.
I still think Azuka Midoriya is over Mike Tyson. He's just too quick.
That's great.
He got
Just say you don't know who Izuku Midoriya is, gang. It's fine, bro.
Oh my god, he's acting like he's just a regular boxer, bro.
But I find that the word lopping is often confused with flexing. It's confused when lopping is simply just flexing something that's not yours, or flexing a lifestyle that you know damn well you can't keep up with, but still promote the idea that this is the daily. And this confusion is just a side effect of the way that social media just is. Some flicks with a Nobu sign out in the back, bro. It is not telling you the story of the 16-hour shift that was just eaten away.
Bro, you see those videos of motherfuckers posted in front of a Lamborghini that isn't theirs, and then the owner pulls up and he's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, top 10 awkward moments. Top 10 awkward moments. You're getting Instagram flex in front of a Lambo that's not even rented. It's just not yours. It's just parked on the side of the road. And then the actual owner pulls up and he's like, yo, get off my car.
And the mindset behind lopping is a fucking domino effect. See, from the perspective of a lopper, it's like, why does everyone seem so plentiful and gold? And now you force my hand and I have to rent a Miami high-rise with the last of my savings. And easily the worst kind of lopper is the core sellers. People will lop having a get.
Yes! This is what I started this video with. They are the worst. This actual shit. Bro, might be his, bro. Rented ass BMW. Rented ass shit. He don't own that fucking thing. He got that leased. That's one of his friends' cars. His dad bought it.
Rich quick method is them lopping, and they're selling their course by showing.
I will say, even if you are rich, yes, you could get inherited money. If you are a teenager and your parents are rich and you're flexing, you're LARPing, because that's not your fucking money. If once you're like 25 and you have a job, even if you work for your fucking parents and now you have money, okay, fine. But like, you're LARPing being rich, even if you are a part of a rich family, because you have no money. Like, you're flexing shit that isn't really yours. Like, it's your car that your dad got you, your mom got you, but is it in your name? Maybe, but it's like, bro, you ain't got no money. They're paying the payments. They're paying your phone bill. They're paying your Wi-Fi bill, your insurance, all this other shit. You still live with them. Like, you're not rich. You live with somebody that's rich.
Videos of Lambos they don't own and vacations they got from other niggas' videos.
I promise, like, and even it's been a witness these past few months.
And this is a genuine method people were trying to make money. This is nicknamed the TJR method, and all because people believe this.
Yes, he's the one that started it. And it worked. TJR actually is fucking rich. But TJR made all these other goblins come out of the fucking woodworks that are like, I'm gonna fucking post my BMW that I rented and get people to buy my course. You're not TJR. You're not TJR, right? It worked for him. It's not gonna work for you. Ty Lopez is the OG. No, somebody in my chat just said, remember, Ty Lopez did it. No, Ty Lopez is the OG. Here in my garage with my new Lamborghini. But you know what's better than all these cars? Knowledge. I read a book every day. Bro, shut up. Fuck. That was the most annoying ad in like 2015 or whenever that was posted.
And that he lopped himself a Koenigsegg, which is a $3 million car, by the way. But in my opinion, though, I'll just say this is people hating. But there's this idea, which for the most part I think is a joke, but knowing the internet, you just never really know. And it's this idea that lopping is like a form of manifestation. The idea is that in order to become rich, you first have to pretend to be rich. And it's followed up with arguments like this. To sleep, you first have to act like you're asleep. Therefore, lopping is the key to life.
But it's not relevant, is it?
But there's a niche group of people that don't hate on lopping, but straight up promote it. I saw this TikTok from this guy, Ben Carr, a 10-minute video on how to lop. I have multiple extensive PowerPoint slides on each of the methods.
I fucking hate that video.
And I'll give it to bro, because this shit is revenue.
That video and that GIF pisses me off.
revolutionary. Just peep the tech of using screenshots from videos instead of direct images.
What do you mean in-betweeners reference? Oh, right here.
Just from Pinterest. Reverse image search was a lopper's worst nightmare. This nigga really changed the game. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like lopping is not just human nature. At the end of the day, we all, yes, we all.
Also, this guy named Chris he's from Vancouver, Canada.
We all somewhat care about other.
Ranking everyone on Earth. Wait, no, that's a funny ass bit.
He's from Vancouver, Canada.
We all somewhat care about other people's opinions. Drop that nonchalant shit 2026, it's going on a mug. But especially when it comes to posting online, I will never believe that I post for myself logic. Cause when you think about it, it doesn't make any sense. Give me even one reason that shit did not remain in your camera roll then. But the main reason behind posting something personal has almost always been external validation. And in no universe am I trying to say this like it's wrong or a bad thing. It can be
Bro, should I do that? I'm thinking I would love to make a fucking tier list, not of everybody on Earth, but just random. Which is what he's doing. It's just enough money. Like, what do I think the average person should be able to retire at? 50. So then you get a back half of 25 years. I think in a utopia, people would be able to retire at 50. I think seeing people in their 70s working. And not, like, there's people that are in their 70s that work because they're just bored. But people that are in their 70s that have to work, I feel like that's turbo shitty, you know? Like, having to see somebody, like, work at a fucking grocery store at 70 because they don't have money, I'm like, oh, that's sad, you know? Like, you're an old-ass man. You're an old-ass woman. Like, you should be able to, like, you know, play shuffleboard and, like, watch fucking Wheel of Fortune till you die, you know?
The expected amount of paychecks. And then over here, I just have some pretty straightforward projections in terms of actually where I'm going to be at financially for a given year and age, assuming certain figures for growth as well as investment outcome. And yeah, so by age...
Wow, he has base growth standard. Yo, what? He's saying by the time he's 40, he'll have $6 million.
30, assuming that all goes well, I'm expecting that I might have somewhere north of around $2 million invested. And this is also tracking the active price of some of my investments, and so this will fluctuate over time. And by age
40% of his portfolio's in meta stock.
40, I'm expected to
or some shit like that. It just crashes.
Be retired at that point, so I do have empty columns in terms of my actual investment.
Now, if he's this in depth, bro, he probably has so many safety nets, bro. $10 million by 47. All right, I'm a jackass. Don't listen to anything that I just said. How is he growing his portfolio? I know, like, dude, what return rate is he expecting on his investments? This is crazy growth.
But at that point, I might have somewhere in the north of $7 million invested. I think a very interesting part of the FIRE community is that it has splintered off into various groups and evolved from its original form around the 2010s that was largely focused on...
It's compounding? Yeah, well, I mean, it's the rich get richer mindset. You know, 10% of fucking $10 million is $1 million versus 10% of 1,000. Like, the more money you have, the more money you're gonna make.
On frugality at all costs. Now there are folks such as myself that sort of can have their cake and eat it.
Average is 10%. Nah, he's probably not factoring that. If you're looking at, like, long-term retirement like that, he's probably not assuming he's going to make 10% per year because there's going to be down years. There's going to be years where you make less and make more. He's probably going to averagely guess that he makes like 6 to 8.
To where we are able to live a very fulfilling lifestyle.
And then you have to factor in inflation.
And save a lot for retirement. In terms of my lifestyle after retirement, I don't expect that I'm going to stop working entirely. I might pick up some odd jobs or contracting work every now and then, just if I decide that it's interesting to me. Other than that, it's really going to be populated with travel as well as attending conventions and just being myself. I think one of the biggest privileges for myself is that I am able to earn enough of an income where I could reasonably support my family if they were ever in trouble. And in the...
Nah, this guy has it fucking on lock, chat. I really thought we were going to start this video where it was like somebody just spending crazy money and being like, I'm broke, I have 300K, how am I not making money? He's like actually full planning.
In case of a future family, that would be something that I would have to readjust over time.
Yeah.
Moving here has definitely been worth it. Even though the cost of living is higher, the job compensation and the opportunities available here are really unmatched. In terms of staying here long term, that's an existential question. I think in terms of long-term living, I plan to move back to the Los Angeles area. I could definitely see myself...
sorry. Oh my God.
In the position of starting a company in the next couple of years or decades.
If I ever lived in Cali, I would move to San Diego.
But
never fucking moving to LA.
No plans for that currently. My biggest piece of advice is something that's fairly widely shared among the folks in the fire community, and it's build the life you want and then save for it. There may be a situation where you can't have everything all at once now, and you just kind of have to pick and choose whether or not you want to live in a favorable location, or you decide to spend more on, say, travel and other experiences, or maybe on some of the other material goods that you're looking at.
Oh, man.
Wow, that was a good video. I actually had fun watching that. This is exactly how I imagined a coder would live. This feels like satire. I don't think it feels like satire. Well, I mean, he's super planning. Impressive financial habits. Please interview this man again in 6 years. Bro, in 6 years, this guy will probably be even richer than he's expected to be. Genuinely. Oh my God, what is his fucking name? I don't watch the NBA. Oh my God, what is his name, bro? He dunks like crazy. Not LeBron. Bronny also got looked at because it was like, you know, you're LeBron James' kid. Who's the guy? Zion. Zion Williamson, I feel like, is the equivalent. I remember when he was in high school, because I was in high school. I was like a freshman when he was like a senior. And he was like the fucking news. Everybody was like, this kid's gone pro. Like in a high school game, he would just fucking hit a spin dunk on people like it was nothing.
They had ever come out of Japan.
Yeah, fucking windmill that shit. Literally in a finals game, these just fucking, 80 to fucking 10.
And
the Yankees, Red Sox, Rangers, and Dodgers wanted Ohtani to skip the NPB entirely and sign directly with them as a pitcher. Ohtani wanted that too. In 2012, he warned NPB teams not to draft him, but the Nippon Ham Fighters did anyway. It put Ohtani in a unique position. He could refuse to play for the Fighters, or use his leverage to pressure them into letting him do something no American team ever would. Two-way players are a thing of the past. That's someone who's both a pitcher and a position player, like Babe Ruth. But since the 1940s, no one in the major leagues really pulled it off, and today, no one's really allowed to try.
Being a pitcher and a batter is like playing two completely different sports. They require two completely different skill sets, two completely different approaches, and that wear and tear really, really adds up. A major league team, if they had gotten Ohtani at 18 years old, would have just forced him to become a pitcher.
But the Fighters were more willing to let him try both. So Ohtani made the
wow, so if he got signed when he was younger, he never would have been able to bat?
Decision to stay in Japan.
If Ohtani had grown up in Arkansas, he doesn't become the player that he is. He was this massive power hitter. There's a video of him hitting a baseball into the roof of the Tokyo Dome. And the fact that he was also doing it while being one of the...
Does that count as a fucking... Does that count as like out of play or something? If you hit the fucking ceiling in a stadium, so it's still in play. If falls down, they could catch it and it's out.
Best pitchers in NPB was kind of blowing everyone's mind.
But after 5 years in Japan, Ohtani still faced doubts in the U.S. So in 2017, when the Fighters posted him, Ohtani turned down bids from big market teams and instead went to the LA Angels, where he again used his leverage to be a two-way player. In his first at-bat in LA, Ohtani did this.
That's out toward right center field.
Dude, first at bat, another team, nuke it. Bang! Just fucking rips it out. Stop. You know right there and then, too, the dude that was, like, responsible for getting him signed was just like, yes. Yes.
Big fly!
Just fucking so happy.
In 2021, he hit 46 home runs and went 9-2 on the mound, becoming the first player to be an all-star as a hitter and a pitcher. Ohtani was fast.
Oh my God, how much do you think that ball's worth? I feel like that's got to be on the market. Oh my God, Shohei Ohtani's first home run ball price. It's worth at least $100,000. Oh, Shohei Ohtani's first run ball as a Dodger is worth $100,000. It could be worth up to $3 million. First run ball price as Angel. Just says over 100K. Dude, I feel like there's somebody that would pay like $1 million for that.
Becoming the most exciting player baseball had seen in decades. And by 2024, he didn't need leverage anymore. The LA Dodgers signed him for $700 million, nearly double the next highest contract, because he really was 2 players in 1. Actually, he was the 2 best players in 1. Wins above replacement measures a player's total value, and in the last 5 years, Ohtani has the highest in the majors. And just last week, Ohtani played probably the greatest game in baseball history. He struck out 10 batters and gave up only 2 hits over 6 innings. And
I'm not a baseball expert, but in the beginning, somebody was like recency bias. And I will say, yeah, like recency bias is true of a lot of things. But like people will still be like, well, Babe Ruth. I'm like, well, Babe Ruth was like a 50-year-old fucking chronic cigarette smoker that played in like, what, the fucking 1920s or some shit. Expert. When did Babe Ruth play? Like, it's the same premise. Dude, yeah, he was born in 1895. Like, it's the idea of, like, yeah, you're comparing apples to oranges of, like, dude, the game's entirely different now. Ohtani is undeniably the best player of all time. That's what I would even say in, like, basketball, people still argue about that. About, like, MJ. And I feel like that's an easier argument to have where you're, like, trying to compare, like, MJ to LeBron or something. But some people, where it's like, dude, there's so many, I don't want to say unks, but there's people that like hardcore defend like old like MVP players. But I'm like, dude, they were also good in a time where everybody else was ass or much worse.
And hit not 1, not 2, but 3 home runs to send the Dodgers to the World Series. Ohtani's a new kind of baseball player, mixing
Barry Bonds. Wasn't Barry Bonds also on a drastic amount of steroids?
American style.
Or am I wrong? I'm not a baseball expert. Wasn't Barry Bonds like fucking juiced to the gills? Like at that point, you could be like, yeah, okay, Barry Bonds, let's put Shohei Ohtani on steroids, and he would be fucking insane. Like he would be even more. He'd be even more good, even crazier.
Power and Japanese style consistency on both sides of the ball. But he only got the chance to do it because he started playing baseball in Japan.
Shohei Ohtani is America's
So do you think that Shohei Ohtani is going to change how the MLB recruits and places players, even not in Japan? Like, do you think the training regimen that like high school and college football team, or not football, baseball teams are going to do is like they're more open to two-way players?
Packed, reimagined, and then repackaged back to itself.
Yeah, they're going to want the next two-way player because that carries the teams.
Now Ohtani's bringing the 2 best baseball leagues closer together than ever.
Impossible.
Imagine getting force walked 10 times the World Series because other teams know you'll beat them single-handedly. Yeah, no, didn't they just, they would just keep purposefully walking him. Like, I didn't watch any of the World Series, but I did hear that he was able to pitch, but they wanted to cut out his capability of play. So they would just walk him, give him a base, which is much better than them potentially giving up a home run.
Theater. And in a one-run game, the dream matchup.
Now, why was this moment so important? It's because it was the first moment.
I understand that's like a needed part of the game and it is a strategy, but isn't that a little lame, like that you're able to just walk players? I mean, in the same sense, it's like kneeling the ball in football. If like you're up and there's, you know, a minute left on the clock, you could just run the timer down. Like, I feel like every sport has some lame ass, you know, loophole where you could just fucking nerf people.
That Japanese baseball and American baseball shared a superstar.
You're giving them a base? Yeah, but you're giving them a base because you know that if you don't, they're going to fuck on you. like, if you don't give them the base, they're just going to maul you.
In the US, it was the most watched WBC game ever. But in Japan, 42% of households tuned in. Even though
42%? Oh my God, dude. What is that's the equivalent of like the Super Bowl for the US. What percentage of households watch the Super Bowl? 41 to 43%. It's bigger. In Japan, this was larger than the Super Bowl or just about the same.
it was 8 in the morning there. In 2025, MLB saw higher viewership across US TV and a 20% increase on Japanese TV, making it the most watched season ever there. Ohtani's also getting more Japanese fans to come to Major League games,
which is making American companies more money, so they're gonna fucking start signing people like crazy.
I asked June to come on this episode. He texted back from Dodger Stadium, where he saw scores of Ohtani fans, Ohtani jerseys in English and Japanese, Japanese beer, and a giant homage to Ohtani on a Japanese-themed hotel. This is just the beginning for MLB.
I had a conversation.
Oh my God, do you think Shohei Ohtani's on like everything in Japan? I would love to see that. Like the equivalent of how we have like Patrick Mahomes and other like quarterbacks just on so many adverts. Oh, he's got to be on like every product there. He's got to be the most known athlete in Japan.
An executive over Major League Baseball, and they said that Shohei Ohtani was their entire international growth strategy. They view Shohei Ohtani as their Messi and Ronaldo figure, the type of person who almost becomes bigger than the sport to get people in the door, to care and invest emotionally in it.
Ohtani may even give MLB an edge over its competitors. U.S. sports leagues are racing to become global leagues. The NFL is playing games in Europe and South America. The NBA is in Asia.
I think the NFL has, just as from my biased perspective, I think the NFL has a lot of weird rules that make it harder to get into, but the premise, NFL is the toughest road, but I think it has the highest potential because people like watching other people tackle the fuck out of each other. Like, it's like, the NFL, dude, even if you don't know, if you know none of the sports, you just love watching. Like, watching football is fun.
Sure.
You got rugby, though? Yeah, but, like, rugby as a competitor. I feel like the NBA is the most global, if I had to guess, out of the three big sports.
Hosting a league in Africa and talking about creating a league in Europe. They're competing to win over new fans in other countries. But nothing wins over fans in another country like a superstar from that country.
The lesson from Ohtani is that sometimes...
I think that's why the NBA is big, too. That's the problem with the NFL. If the NFL starts signing fucking random-ass European and fucking Asian and African players to the league, dude, oh my God, I feel like that'll start. Like, if you just had, like, some guy from fucking Germany as, like, an O-lineman, I feel like people would be like, I need to watch this. Like, if he's, like, the best, but they would have to be really good.
That means letting a player do something different.
Because Ohtani is an Ohtani if he's not a two-way player. And he's not a two-way player if he doesn't play first in Japan. And he doesn't play first in Japan if not for generations of players who perfected baseball the Japanese way.
America invented baseball, but it has been elevated by someone who is not from the United States. He breaks all of the unwritten rules of what people thought was possible for someone to accomplish as a baseball player.
Wow.
Okay, thanks so much for watching.
I loved that video, and I'm not even that big of a fan of baseball, but I love keeping track of, like, the news in sports. Cinema. Lops people. Optic Scumpy, Adam Sandler, Phase Adapt, my friend Chris. I just start pulling a random president, George Washington. Like, I just get like fucking 300 people that are like all over an area. I would have to make it though, so I know who they are.
As simple as I like this photo, I'm gonna share it, and I hope
Rob Little.
other people like
Rob Little followed me.
it. This can include a whole
Big
bunch of other things too, like a photo of a sunset. Nobody gives a fuck about your sunset, bro. It should have stayed in the camera roll if you wanted to post it for yourself. But still, sharing it because you think it's cool and maybe other people will like the photo too, that is a valid reason for posting that sunset. Lopping is just an attempt to speedrun the most amount of validation, and the only times it's not is when it's done as a growth method, you know, the lop your way to the top idea. And then there's people like J. Cole, who people say lops being humble. You know, maybe he's not lopping being humble, but someone explained to me why this multi-millionaire is driving around in a beat-up Honda Civic. The way
Yeah, that is confusing.
some celebrities try to be relatable is so cringe because it's pure lop. This clip of Rocky lopping watching streamers.
Then y'all got the youngsters like, you know, Show Speed taking it to a whole nother level, and Kasana, he's still doing podcasting.
Nigga, who the hell is Show Speed? And then the Michael B. Jordan Naruto incident.
What do you think, Michael?
Names the two biggest streamers. You know, these streamers. I Show Speed, Mr. Beast.
Be Jordan's favorite anime is? It's a good question. Favorite anime is Naruto Shippuden. Naruto Shippuden. Been a fan of it for years, since I was like maybe 12, 13 years old.
I'm done, bro. Eat this outro.
Damn, dude. I would just make up some other shit. I would just say Dragon Ball. Because you can't mispronounce that. There's a lot of animes that I could pronounce. Or you could pronounce really badly. Naruto. What's another one? There's just like, I don't, not My Hero Academia, no. There's like so many, yeah, Pokemon, no. Jujutsu Kaisen, Yu-Gi-Oh, I don't know, or like characters even. Just more characters in the show. Like if you just say the character name wrong, bro, people will flame your ass. All right, yeah, lock in. I actually got to piss real quick, then we'll hop into the next one. How Shohei Ohtani happened.
Run game, the dream matchup.
It's easy to see why someone might call this a dream matchup. It's the final out of the 2023 World Baseball Classic between the two best baseball countries, the USA, who invented baseball, and Japan, whose own baseball culture has thrived for more than a century.
Isn't baseball the biggest sport in Japan? By like a long shot. And baseball is not the biggest sport. People would say baseball is America's sport like 30, 40 years ago, but I feel like what is the U.S.'s sport now is most definitely football, right? Like I feel like people care less about the World Series than the Super Bowl. Super Bowl's big fucking event. Super Bowl's a huge fucking event in the U.S. What's Japan's biggest sport? Baseball. Often called the country's pastime with a huge number of fans who follow professional leagues and high school tournaments. Yeah, Japan, interestingly, has like one of the coolest tournaments in like baseball in general. I think it's like every high school team or like every participating high school team is like a one elimination tournament. And so it's like thousands of teams. Japan high school tournament number of teams. 48 teams from a prefectural qualifying system and national high school baseball championship featuring 49 teams. And dude, they get like stadiums full of people to watch like high schoolers play baseball. Like it is huge there, and I never even knew that until like 2 years ago.
1 ball, no strikes.
It's also a matchup between the two best players.
And I'm not even like shocked, I guess, that baseball's big in Japan. I'm more so shocked that like the best baseball players in the U.S. right now, or at least the MVP, and like two of the best players on the Dodgers are not even from the U.S. Whereas you would assume the NFL, like how many foreign players are in the NFL? Why are there not more foreign players in the NFL? It's so weird to me how, like, baseball is kind of getting more and more full of, like, non-U.S. players, but the NFL just has, like, largely U.S. audiences. I feel like it's because there's, like, very similar sports worldwide, like rugby. Like rugby's big. Yeah, throw it in sub only. Like rugby's big or other shit. That is like similar, I guess, like contact sport wise. And soccer is one of the biggest sports in the world. But I find it weird how more people from other countries wouldn't want to go to the NFL. Because so many foreign players play in the NBA. More foreign players play in the MLB. Why would not more foreign players play in the NFL? Because I feel like the contracts in the NFL are fucking absurd. They're some of the highest paying contracts in modern day sports.
Mike Trout, one of the best American hitters ever, and Shohei Ohtani. Mike Trout, one of the best American hitters ever, and Shohei Ohtani, the best Japanese pitcher ever, the best Japanese hitter ever, and some say the best baseball player ever.
The 1-0 pitch.
Didn't Shohei Ohtani just have the best baseball game ever played, where he hit like 3 homers and pitched like an insane game?
Swing and a miss.
I'm not a big MLB fan. Like, I don't watch baseball that often, but I feel like even as a non-baseball watcher, everybody's heard of Shohei Ohtani.
A fastball at 100.
Recency bias, but I guess.
But I think this is more than a dream matchup between two great teams.
2-1. 2-2.
Or even two great players.
The count goes full.
It's the moment baseball's past met baseball's future.
Ohtani's ready. Trout's ready. 3-2.
And the future won.
He struck him out. Japan's back on top of the baseball world.
The at-bat symbolized the passing of the torch from baseball being America's pastime to baseball being a global game.
This is the story of
Global game in the sense of 2 countries. Outside of the US and Japan, what other countries love baseball? I feel like cricket is much larger in other countries. Yeah, Dominican Republic, but outside of that, I don't. China likes basketball in terms of American sports. Canada maybe, but like even then, Canada's main sport is hockey.
how Japan produced the best baseball player ever, and how he's paving the way to baseball's future.
Yeah, like global sports. What are global sports? Track and field, soccer. That's about all I would say is global. And I would say basketball is getting global. I think basketball is pretty big. Tennis, yeah. Like I'm more talking team sports rather than like singles or doubles, like solo shit. Yeah, swimming, but I'm saying more invented games. Like, yeah, there's events in track and swimming, but like it's just an athletic activity, you know? I feel like if you're saying like smash with the Blue Clues dog, bro, the Mufasa talks. Doesn't Mufasa talk? He speaks. Or just smash. Lola?
Smash or pass?
I'm gonna go pass.
What's your choice?
Mr. Anderson, smash. Tell him to shave that fucking mustache, though. Jesus. I actually have never seen Inside Out. 1 or 2.
How about Hannibal Lecter?
Oh, okay, so a serial killer. Who's saying smash? What is the hear me out on Hannibal Lecter? I mean, he's in a fucking straitjacket and he kills people. Like, what? Why are people saying smash? What is the smash? What is the smash? He's a fucking, he's a serial killer. Hannibal fucking Lecter. That's probably the biggest pass of the century, dude. Are you kidding me?
Would you
smash. Guido, fastest hands in cars. Fastest hands in the entire film, dude. He changes tires better than anybody. That's an immediately.
How about this
Smash.
one?
Smash. Smash. I had a crush on the dragon from Shrek when I was a kid. I remember being like, damn, Donkey got it good. It's kind of a legacy smash, but I think I'm going to go pass off of the fact that I look up to him too much. Am I smashing prime Bill Nye the Science Guy or current Bill Nye the Science Guy? I think I'm going to pass either way.
Write your hear me outs in the comments so we can...
Oh, gosh. Wait, I kind of want to read some of these. Lego Batman smash. Johnny Depp as the Mad Hatter. Pass. Not even close. Wolf from the Bad Guys movie. Smash. The Slenderman. Pass. Demogorgon. Pass. Bambi's dad. Don't remember what Bambi's dad looks like. I'm going to go pass. Pyramid Head from Silent Hill 2. That's a smash. Magma Cube from Minecraft. Ooh. Pass. Smash. Pass on the Ghast. Handsome Squidward, that's a pass. Optimus Prime, I think any of the Transformers, really. It's metal, though.
Feature them in one of our upcoming videos. We're excited and can't wait to see your unique hear me outs.
Fuck out of here. Johnny from Sing. I hate every character from Sing. I wish they would all die. Pass. Hate every character from Sing. They're so annoying. That movie sucks. Baymax, that's a smash.
What's your choice?
Larry the Lobster. Ooh. Bit of a looks maxer, you know, but he does skip leg day. He's really all in the fists more than anything. The arms aren't really there. I think I'm gonna pass on Larry the Lobster. I don't think I'm gonna hit Larry the Lobster there.
How about Robin Williams as Teddy Roosevelt?
The smash. The smash. 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 Yeah. Robin Williams as Theodore Roosevelt's definitely a smash. I think even regular Teddy Roosevelt. Is Teddy Roosevelt the one that gave a speech when he got shot in the chest? I mean, that's just fucking badass. And now it's Robin Williams, too.
Would you smash or would you pass?
Isn't she venomous? Pass. Wouldn't that kill you?
How about this one?
What the fuck is this? Jungle's Clog? What is that? Is that a teddy bear from IKEA? Pass. What is that?
What will you choose here?
Maleficent. Smash. Maleficent? That's not really...
Smash or pass?
Yo, Simon from Alvin and the Chipmunks. Pass. The most traumatizing image everybody's seen is the who gets the best head image, and I hate that.
Pass.
Traumatizing. Everybody's seen that shit. Skip that one. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Kaonashi?
It's your choice.
Pass.
How about King Julian?
You would have a lot of aura, but King Julian's really annoying. I kind of like that big fuck that's like his servant. Not the little like flying squirrel motherfucker. Who's the big guy from what's his name? You know what I'm talking about. Maurice? Is it Maurice? Maurice from what's the name of the fucking movie? Madagascar. Is it Maurice? Yeah, I'd smash Maurice. Maurice is pretty badass. What's the other fuck? See, now that's why I don't like that. King Julian's a no-go. And then also he's going to have that little, like, annoying fucker there the entire time. Mort. Oh, God.
Would you smash or would you pass?
Mr. Bean's a pass. I think Mr. Bean's a big pass. And he wouldn't speak. This would actually be more scary than Hannibal Lecter. I think Mr. Bean staring at you like that and making those weird faces, and he would do like an act-out mime thing. That would be really creepy. It would be so much worse.
How about this one?
Emily from Corpse Bride. She's a dead body. Pass.
What will you choose here?
Arthur's dad? Oh, shit. Pass.
Smash or pass?
Smash. Smash. Maximus, craziest horse in the fucking movie, dude. But he doesn't speak. Pass. It's like he's like
What's
an animal.
your choice?
The pepper robot. This is like a waitressing robot or like a waiter robot. Pass. I feel like I've
have one of the highest rates of psychopathy in the world. They put their work
criminal defense lawyer.
Under the guise of the pursuit of justice, and yet they'll gladly defend murderers, rapists, and child molesters. Now, yes, I understand.
Well, yeah, no, he's going to say, yeah, there's a chance that they're innocent. So it's like, not all of them are, but it's just like some cases that they take where it's like, dude, this guy's fucked.
In the argument, I'd rather defend a guilty person than have an innocent person sit in jail. I understand that everyone deserves legal representation to the best of their ability. But how?
No, I'm not blaming them for doing it, but I do understand why psychopaths are higher in that field.
How do some lawyers sleep at night knowing they've just defended a legitimate monster? Like, genuinely, how does the dream team...
That, or you could say the flip, where there's a lawyer that's prosecuting a guy that's like more seemingly innocent, and then they get him put away.
Who defended OJ sit there knowing their client is guilty as fuck and then just push that aside to get him acquitted. Pursuit of justice, my ass. It's the pursuit of winning. There's the thrill of deception, the allure of power and prestige, and permission to manipulate as long as you do it with...
Yeah, I have no idea what that fucking clip was, bro. That had nothing to do. Was that Speed? Who was that? It was like a WWE guy getting like fucking twerked on.
In the rules. And who wrote those rules? Other goddamn lawyers. Psychopaths write the rules for how psychopaths can defend...
That was Booker T. I couldn't see his face. Couldn't see his face. It was just all ass.
And other psychopaths. Amazing. Anyways, before diving into number one, we've got a little bonus career where quite a few psychopaths are found. Want to take a guess? We'll say it together on three.
CEOs.
1, 2, 3... Police officers. Now,
what? It's not. Oh wait, does CEO count as a job? I don't know if CEO is like CEO is just like you're a company owner of what? Cops are number one.
Depending on which list you read, this one sometimes ranks even higher than lawyers, which ain't exactly surprising. See, the job attracts people who crave structure, hierarchy, and control. But for some, that control turns into power.
Oh, this isn't top one. This is a bonus.
Read, this one sometimes ranks even higher than lawyers, which ain't exactly surprising. See, the job attracts people who crave structure, hierarchy, and control. But for some, that control turns into power, and that power becomes pleasure. The badge gives authority, the uniform gives legitimacy, and the gun gives fear. Now, before the comment section turns into a war zone, no, not every cop is a psychopath. Many genuinely want to serve and protect, and thank God for them. I don't even want to imagine what society would be like without police. But here's the uncomfortable truth. If you have psychopathic traits, being a cop gives you a socially sanctioned way to act them out. You can intimidate, command, and control and still be applauded for it. Kevin Duncan calls it the mask of morality, when psychopathic behavior hides behind a noble mission. Speaking of which, that mask, especially in today's day and age, is often worn so much by the guys at number one on the list, CEOs.
Okay, I was gonna say it has to be.
To me, this one's straightforward as hell. You really think Peter Thiel is a normal human being? Then you've got those fake altruistic...
Oh, well, no, Peter Thiel knows about the Antichrist, so yeah, he has to be.
I'm just a good guy CEOs like Sam Altman. This guy's a 40-something-year-old tech founder from Silicon Valley, and yet he goes on the Joe Rogan Experience and acts like he doesn't know what kind of effect Coke has on people.
Is that something Coke makes people want to do? Seems to me like it just makes people like angry and chaotic.
That fake naivety...
Yeah, they always act dumb. Why do they always act dumb? Whenever they do an interview, it's like they try to act really stupid to seem like they're more like humble than they are. Like that's like billionaires in general. They'll like hop on something. They'll be like, oh no, like what, but they won't be like dumb in the sense of like, oh, how much is milk? They'll be like, oh really? I don't understand. What is that? Like the very basic concept everybody knows about. What do you mean? Oh, cocaine makes you more excited and like hyper? Oh, I've never done that.
That's
Bro, you're worth $1 billion. You're telling me you've never snorted coke before, buddy? Get out of here, pal. You're probably one of the only people that could get access straight to the fucking source. No fentanyl and that shit. I know you do it.
Exactly what psychopaths do. They disarm...
Literally dead ass. Like, if you're a billionaire, you're like one of the only people that could get access to like 1970s cocaine. Like, you could fucking go to Pablo Escobar himself and get him to give you some shit straight out of the mill.
You with sincerity they don't actually feel. It's all just a show to them. Studies have found that 1 in 5 corporate leaders show strong psychopathic traits.
He's in jail. Pablo Escobar's dead. You're talking about, oh my God, what is his name? Not El Mencho. El Mencho's also dead. Who's the guy in like a Colorado prison? El Chapo. Sorry, I was trying to look him up. Joaquin Guzman.
The same ratio as in prisons. Business at the highest level is war without bullets. You win by outsmarting, undercutting, or straight up swallowing the competition. And if you can do that without getting emotionally attached to people or consequences, you're rewarded with millions or even billions of dollars. The appeal to psychopaths is obvious. They're calm under pressure, can put on the fake charm when need be, they're utterly ruthless in negotiations, and they can fire a 1,000-person department without giving it a second's thought. And don't think you finance bros are off the hook. When psychologists collected this data, hedge fund managers and investment bankers were grouped in with the corporate execs. Superficial charm, inflated egos, no remorse, and manipulation to achieve their own ends. You're all little Patrick Batemans on the inside. So yeah, we like to think evil looks obvious. The serial killer, the dictator, the monster lurking in the dark. In reality, they're running...
The finance guy I talk to, bro, I love him. But I don't think he's a psychopath, but he's like cut and clean, bro. I talk to him, he'll ask me about like how my business is going, like social media in general. And he'll just be like, oh really, that's so interesting. Like 30 times in a conversation. Oh, really? Oh, really? That's so interesting. Tell me more. And I'll be like, yo, there's no way you're actually caring about this.
Companies hosting talk shows, writing laws.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Every time in that exact tone.
And cutting people up in all.
I love him, though. He's so interesting. And when he says that, I giggle every time.
In order to save their lives. Again, not everyone in these careers is a psychopath.
Oh, really? That's fascinating.
Obviously. But I've got almost 100k subscribers now. The statistics say around 1,000 to 4,000 of you are straight up psychos. I still love you all. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And let's
read the comments. How people make money is the name of the channel. I asked my cousin to suggest some career options for me, and she said, wait, what? For me, and that jerk sent me this video. Oh my God. I almost misread that. Skipping words, not great. That's why I hang with engineers or blue collars in general. They just want to fix stuff. Bro's acting like every person in any category of that job is immediately a psychopath. It's like just a higher percentage. Politicians, medical field, it's full of them. Psychopaths are bred to run major corporations. The sheer lack of empathy that's required to lay off 5,000 people to a small town factory, go home later, sleep like a baby. Yeah. It's just shitty companies need to be it's shitty companies are ran that way. But it's like big tier companies, you need a guy that's just like, yeah, I'll do that. Was it open? The only other existing footage is the additional footage mentioned in the police report is not public and therefore does not specify what the footage is. Oh my God, so it's not on social media, but the police have it? There's no publicly available video of her.
If you see a naked person sleeping...
Hold up. Although there are some really bad AI okay.
If you see a naked person sleeping, is that assault?
He's in his own home. I think where you get into the debate is why... Yeah, you're allowed to be naked in your own home. That's not illegal. I'm saying if he ordered food and was naked in front of the door and left the door wide open, that's a problem. The debate comes from the idea of whether or not the door was open to begin with, right?
That's the gray area. I don't know. You tell me. I don't know how cracked it was, blah, blah, blah. I digress. To me, it sounds like a drunk man ordered food and passed out on his couch, whatever. If it was fully open and it was a screen door and the person is naked there.
Yeah, and it's also different if he was like awake and like doing something versus him just being like passed out, drunk, asleep, naked. The door was probably cracked. She should have just left it and then opened it, saw him naked, and then filmed it. I don't really know, though. Like, I don't want to assume.
Actually, that would be like, what the fuck are you doing? The internet did not side with her and called her insane for walking into someone's home, even if the door was slightly open. Things would only escalate when she continued to post online, screaming at the top of her lungs and doubling down that she was sexually assaulted and how DoorDash was in the wrong for banning her. When local police got hold of her footage, they determined that the man was clearly drunk and asleep on his couch. This clearly indicated that there was no assault or wrongdoing since he was in his...
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. Like if he was like left the door cracked and he was like fucking like jorking it or some shit on the couch, like that'd be like way fucking worse. But like I think the way that the lawyers are mocking it up against her was drunk man ordered DoorDash, fell asleep naked on the couch, door was probably cracked. She should have just dropped the bag off, left, saw the door was cracked, opened the door, saw him naked, opened it more, filmed him. I don't know, though. Like, that's... I have no idea how this turned out.
But however, in January of 2026, she was charged with 2 felonies, 1 charge of unlawful surveillance, and another...
Oh, she got fucking charged?
No assault or wrongdoing since he was in his own home. For months, Olivia would defend her actions, but however, in January of 2026, she was charged with 2 felonies, 1 charge of unlawful surveillance, and another of dissemination of unlawful surveillance images, each carrying a maximum sentence of 4 years in prison. The saying, a few bad apple ruins the whole bunch, definitely applies to delivery drivers, as we've all had annoying experiences dealing with them. For some people, messing with their food is enough to put an entire app on their shit list, which justifiably so. Most of them do their jobs correctly, but there are plenty of drivers that seem absolutely incapable of doing.
But like if it was like crap, why would she do that? That's what I don't understand. Like, I don't know, man. We're never gonna know though. If it's like the lawyers have this video that isn't released to the public of like her opening the door, then that's like the biggest thing. Is like if the door wasn't open and she opened the door, then it's fully on her. It's literally one or the other.
So, the next time you order food online and it gets delivered correctly, be respectful. After all, you never know how insane their shift has been, right guys? And also too, I will say, I mean, have respect for the DoorDash driver and stuff. It's a meal. It's a meal. Granted, you paid money for it or whatever. If they didn't deliver in the right spot and you had to walk a few extra feet to get to whatever, or you had to do X, it's not the end of the fucking world. You know, did somebody fuck up your order and you had to, you know, you had to like live with another thing? These things don't make it justifiably okay just to be like, well, I guess I'm just gonna get walked over. But at the same time, just like let it fucking go, man. Or just don't order through the app anymore. You choose a different one.
Yeah, I think it's like from a customer perspective, if you're having like repeated bad experiences, like just stop ordering food. You know what I mean? That was a good video though. I did enjoy that. We gotta do push-ups, I know.
Compassionate in society, and a lot of them are. But research shows psychopathy often thrives wherever there's power without oversight, automatic trust, and access.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have expected to say priests and religious leaders, but it's not shocking that a small percentage or a higher percentage of priests are psychopaths. Because it's like, if you're a priest, you could use your power in the worst possible way. Like, you have a following of people that like beckon to your call. Like, they literally follow you. Obviously, they follow God, but follow God through your word. Like, they go to your church. They listen to you preach. Like, you can mind meld them to whatever you want.
To vulnerable people, and religious roles often provide all three. Kevin Dutton's pointed out that spiritual authority can often become psychological authority, and some individuals exploit that. Honestly, if you want the perfect example of a crazy psychopath within religion, look no further than Kenneth Copeland.
Oh my God, that motherfucker, dude. Well, the jet was so cheap, I had to buy it. Don't you say that to me, you devil worshiper. Oh my God. It's like, dude, you own like fucking 9 mansions. What happened to being like frugal? You know, what happened to, it's like he literally preaches the exact opposite of what he practices. That's the thing though. It's like, even though I'm not religious, I feel like me as a non-religious person and religious people all agree that like televangelists that just make millions of dollars and spend it on anything are like literally practicing the exact opposite of what they're saying. It's like so weird. Like, have you seen that one televangelist brag about his mansion he was preaching and he was bragging about his mansion for like 5 minutes. He's just like, yeah, I got like 9 bedrooms. And he's like, I say it's like my humble abode. He like calls it some weird term. It's like the house of dreams. I'm like, why are you calling it that? It's so weird.
COVID-19! COVID-19!
Net worth in the hundreds of millions of dollars, straight up demonic eye.
That video is so creepy.
And supposedly spends disaster relief funds on repairs to his own private jet.
It's easier for a camel to go through the eye of the needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God.
Well, see you in hell, Kenny boy. Now on to number 7. the idiots we have running our countries. Politicians. Surprised?
No,
Yeah.
not at all. I think that was like that's like the most obvious one.
Yeah, me neither. If you take the traits of a psychopath, manipulation, charm, deceit, total lack of empathy, power, status, and zero accountability, and then you build a job description around it, you'd end up with Member of Parliament. In my video about Congress, we touched on how a massive part of their job is campaigning. Well, campaigning is basically just straight up manipulation. You lie to win affection, you make promises.
Every politician, bro. I'm gonna do this. They don't do that.
You'll never keep.
I'm gonna do that. Are you tired of this? Yes. Well, I'll change it. They don't change it.
You convince people that you alone can fix the mess you
They
helped
don't change
create. Remember when Trump said he was going to release the Epstein files no matter what, and it was a massive part of his campaign? How'd that one work out for us? In a 2014 study out of Oxford, nearly 1 in 8 politicians displayed clinically significant psychopathic traits. In the general population,
Wow.
it's somewhere between 1 in 100 to 1 in 25.
I feel like it's higher in politicians, but it's like a toss of a coin, man. It's like so hard. Like they're like using the thing again. They're like mimics, right? Like a psychopath in like a political area is just mimicking everyone else, but you have no idea whether or not they actually have emotions. Like they're just acting like they do.
Politics, it's 1 in 8.
Because there are, like, it's impossible to say all politicians are shitty, because there are good politicians. I just think a lot of politicians that get into power end up being psychopaths because they're the most successful.
Perhaps power doesn't actually corrupt. Maybe it attracts the already corrupted. Now on to number 6, media and TV personalities. Fake, 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 fake. They're all playing characters. And it
Yeah, they're playing characters, but are they psychopaths? I don't know. Like, I don't think Jimmy Fallon's a psychopath. I think if you look at, like, old videos of Jimmy Fallon, he's just, like, wholesome. I think now he's, like, annoyingly happy. And it's like, and you tell him about anything, he's like, oh, really? Oh, really? It rained the other day. Oh, wow. Really? It's just like, okay, man. It's... Like, he has the worst job ever. I like, actually being Jimmy Fallon and having to act like you love every story and every person is just, like, painstakingly shitty. Like, I can't get over that. You watch a Jimmy Fallon interview, he's like, oh my God. So me and my friend went to McDonald's the other day. And how was it? You have me on my toes here. You have me on my toes here. Was it great? Was it great? What'd you get? Oh, a Big Mac? Was it the big arch? Did you like it? It's just, dude, I just can't.
works because they're so emotionally detached, they really couldn't give a shit. See, when you're rewarded for attention rather than accuracy.
Oh, do you think rappers would make the list? I don't know. I feel like you have to be, like, emotionally in touch to be a rapper, like, in some way. Even if you're demented, it's like you have emotions. King Von? Yeah, but King Von had emotions. I think he was, like, a very aggressive individual. But psychopaths can be aggressive. They just don't have empathy.
Empathy becomes a major liability. Television rewards narcissism. Do I care more about the truth of the matter or about what will cause more outrage and get more clicks? Kevin Dutton said it best. Psychopaths are social predators who charm, manipulate, and ruthlessly plow their way through life. So naturally, when you put these people behind a camera, they don't debate, they hunt. Take Jordan Peterson's interview with this bitch whose name I couldn't be bothered learning. He went there under the guise of having a friendly, cordial discussion about his new book. She ends up trying to tear him a new asshole, very unsuccessfully might I add, and saying to him minutes before going live, this will be quite the war. Sick, twisted, attention-hungry people. The more outrage they cause, the more views, and the more views, the more validation for people who feel nothing inside. Speaking of what's on the inside, number 5 is actually surgeons, the superheroes of the psychopaths. You need to realize, throughout medical school, these guys are trained to no longer view the human body as a person's body. They need to view it more like a machine. Different systems, different parts.
I don't know. Could you say that, like, surgeons psychopaths? Or, yeah, they probably have a higher level of psychopaths for sure, and it's also, like, a high level of, you know, success and money that comes with it. So I get people going into that field for the monetary gain versus, like, you know, caring about saving lives. But I also feel like some surgeons that aren't psychopaths might test higher on low empathy ratings just because they've become numb to the job. Like, if you've seen 500 people die on a fucking operating table, like, at some point it means nothing. Like, the weight becomes less.
That's all. The people who do this the best, the ones who can completely emotionally detach. Just think about what these guys do on a regular basis. Slicing through skin, cutting through bone, operating on young children. And when it's all over, no crying, no celebrating, just moving on to the next patient. And one of the major attractions for those with psychopathic traits, you're basically playing God. Mix intelligence, status, and control over life and death, you're practically writing a love letter to psychopathy. As Kevin Dutton notes, psychopaths aren't all killers. Some of them are saviors. They just so happen to save you.
Dude, I can't imagine having to do, like, open heart surgery, man. I kind of feel like it might actually be better you have a psychopath doing that. Like, somebody that's just so robotic. Like, I couldn't have some, because it's like lower heart rate, not as stressed out, better, you know? Versus a guy that's like, oh, fuck, what if this kid dies? You know? Like, they just need to be, like, you can't have, your thoughts need to be fully just on the operation rather than like, oh, this is so sad, you know? Like, oh, God, what if I mess up? Like, you can't get, you got to just be in the zone.
With the same level of empathy they'd use to fix a car. But hey.
I'd be scared to EpiPen myself. Nah, I could EpiPen myself. I think I could do, like, okay, I'm not saying I think I could do surgery. I think if I had to be a surgeon, I'd be able to do, like, knee surgery. I have knee surgery next Thursday. Some shit like that. But, like, I couldn't do, like, brain surgery. Something that could kill you. Fuck no.
Thank God for surgeons. One group of psychos I definitely don't thank God for: salespeople. Psychopaths love sales. It's the perfect storm of manipulation, charm, and reward. They mirror your tone, your body language, your beliefs, all to build trust they don't actually feel. It's just a game to them. They read you like a player at a poker table. They find your weakness, they exploit it, and they smile with a shit-eating grin while doing it. And once they close the deal, that dopamine hit isn't from helping you, it's from beating you. And the scary part is, they're good. Really good. They're expert social...
Some of them are, well, yeah, no, I think psychopaths are probably good salesmen. You ever see, like, you ever talk to a really shitty salesman before at, like, a car dealership or some shit? You're just like, yeah, this ain't for you, man. Could even be like a store, like a regular, like, whatever they're working on commission. Not a car necessarily, but, like, you're at, like, a supplement store or somewhere where they're, like, pitching you something and you're like, man, this is not for you. You are way too fucking awkward. You could tell when they're good at it when they're like, hey, how you doing? And they, like, kind of force it onto you in a sense where it's like, hey, do you want help with any? No. It's just like, hey, I see. What are you here for? Oh, protein? What kind of protein are you looking for? Actually, I was just wondering, like, what are your, like, goals in this? And they just start, like, you know, they open the door to that conversation.
Chameleons. They know
Insurance salesmen. Those guys are psychopaths.
Fake it till they make it. They combine their superficial charm with zero guilt or empathy, and the result is Jordan Belfort-like salespeople willing to say or do anything for their commission. Number 3 on the list are the people at least partly responsible for how
one of these is I think probably number 1, CEOs.
Up Western society has become in modern times. Media executives and journalists. If salespeople manipulate individuals, these pricks manipulate entire populations. The news industry used to be about truth. Now it's about
Twitter account holders.
Engagement. And engagement doesn't come from accuracy, it comes from outrage. Psychopaths love outrage. Remember, psychopaths have no empathy, no remorse, no guilt. They're pathological liars and they can be crazy ambitious. So in a world where attention is currency, they're willing to say or do anything to control.
Like propaganda pages. Like if you work for like a news media outlet that just spews shit.
Your attention. Behind every breaking story is someone doing psychological calculus. How do we make people angry enough to click, scared enough to share, outraged enough to stay tuned? These people don't report the news anymore. They engineer it. And psychos love this kind of ecosystem because they don't have to pretend about caring for who gets hurt, who's defamed, or who loses everything. They're social predators who manipulate without remorse. Number 2 is lawyers. If there was ever a profession built to reward
Never even thought about that. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. like a defense lawyer. My client didn't kill this person. He literally did. It's on a security CCTV. Well, that's not him.
It's this one. You get paid to argue, manipulate emotions, and twist the truth until it fits your client's version of reality. And Kevin Dutton's research supports it. Lawyers...
Dude, I remember there was a UFC fight I watched way back at my friend's house. He was like, dude, I'll just pirate it. It's the middle of the fight. The stream buffers, and then a huge just shows up on screen. Breaking down my $306,500 salary in San Francisco. Now, I don't know if this is an out-of-touch video because there's been a recent trend on social media, if you haven't seen, where there is a growing number of people that think the number specifically of $300,000 a year is broke. Like, there are people that think that if you have $300,000 a year, you're living paycheck to paycheck. I don't know if Raymond is one of these people. It'll still be an interesting video anyway, but there was a woman recently we watched. I don't know if she lived, it was like New York or Chicago. She lived in some big city, like New York, Boston, San Fran, somewhere like that. And she was like, I'm barely breaking even. I have no money. I'm like, dude, because you live in you own a floor on a fucking skyrise. You're renting for fucking $12K a month. No shit, you're broke. Why are you doing that?
I'm Raymond Zhang. I work as a software engineer making $306,500, and I live in the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm going to be sharing all of my finances.
Do you think he needed to say the 500? I'm like, I feel like he could have rounded up or down there. 361, 360.
Between my bills and my investments. This is cost of living. I'm a software engineer working at Meta.
What? Meta? Oof. What is this computer keyboard, bro? You peeping this? Why is it split? Is this normal? I don't think I've ever seen a keyboard like this. Y'all have one like this?
I'm a software engineer working at Meta. In terms of my role, I earn $306,500 on average. After taxes and retirement contributions, I am currently taking home about $4,000 a month. I currently
What?
And retirement contribution is $6,500 on average.
Okay, he gets $185K base salary, $100K in stocks, and then a $30K bonus.
After taxes and retirement contributions, I am currently taking home about $4,000.
Bro, he's putting $7,500 a month into a 401K. Is that not like, I think you should be putting a lot. I mean, that's crazy good for like late game. Buddy, you ain't touching that for 30 years. Like, that's I think you should put money away for a retirement fund, but I think there's a difference between a retirement fund and base investments. Because it's like, you're throwing like $80K a year into invest it. Well, I mean, a 401K, it's going to be invested, but it's like, you can't pull that out without a penalty. Like, I mean, maybe his business matches. That's the other thing is like, there's business matches for like 401Ks and stuff. Like, you offer that to your employees where if they put in like 10K, you match that or you give them a certain percentage. So maybe that's what he's taking advantage of. But I'm like kind of shocked he's putting that much away. Like, I don't think that's bad, but like, holy fuck, dude. He's putting more than half of his paycheck every month into something he won't see for 30 years.
$1,000 a month. I currently do not have any other sources of income.
Do you put a lot away into 401K? No and yes. I used to use a Roth IRA. I think it's a good system in place. I no longer can use a Roth IRA. There's like a wealth amount where you no longer can receive the benefits of it. And I think that's a good thing in place to help people that are able to grow income-wise differently or in a more fair sense. So I put a lot of my money into a 401k, yeah, but also just like base investments. Like, it's not, it's different though. It's like, it depends on the person. The thing is, he works for a company that might be matching it. I'm a sole proprietor, right? Like, I am an individual that is also basically a company. I don't get like stuff taken out of my paycheck from Twitch or YouTube. So how Twitch and YouTube income works is different from like, I'm signing W-9s, I'm not signing W-4s. This is gonna make zero sense to the people that don't have a job in chat, which is many of you, but a lot of you will know what I'm saying. When you work at a 9-to-5, you're probably signing a W-4. You work for a company, right? And you have a 9-to-5, you get a paycheck, and of your paycheck, it's itemized that certain amounts of your paycheck get taken out for like pension, 401k, and other benefits on your behalf, right? Before you even see it. So I don't know if that's what's happening with him. It might be because he works for a company. That doesn't happen for me. If I get paid 20K, I'm getting 20K flat, right? And then I have to do the tax, or I have to do the taxes. I have to invest in myself. I have to do the retirement stuff myself.
Retirement contributions, I am currently taking home about $4,000 a month. I currently do not have any other sources of income.
U.S. average salary for software engineer. I was gonna say U.S. average income is not fucking 191,000. All jobs. Oh, the all job. What? That can't be right. The U.S. average income is not $61,000 a year. Is that okay? Is that taking out people that are just like unemployed? Wait, let me look that up. What is the average U.S. income? When I did a paper, it said I remember when I did a paper my sophomore year in college, which would have been 2022, 23. It said that the average income for an American was like 51,000, but you have to look at median because median's middle. It says the national wage is $62,000. That can't be right. Has it gone up that much? The average the reason you can't look at the average is because the average gets skewed by like really rich people. Because if you have Elon Musk in the same category as like 5 million minimum wage workers, their average income is still high as fuck because he just offsets the piss out of everyone, right? So you have to look at median because then you're basically going person to person, rich, poor, rich, poor, rich, poor, rich, poor, rich, poor. What does the middle guy make? And that is what the average person in America should be seen as. Like there's an equal number of people making more or less than like I could see that being 61K. I'm surprised it's that high.
I work anywhere between 40 to 50 hours a week on average. In terms of my day-to-day, it can be really anything. My role is
Bro has there's no keys. There's it's just, well, how does he know what button he's pressing? Where's the fucking, he doesn't need to look? Yeah, but what happened? Still, like, why are they're just making blank keys?
Anything.
The horrors of DoorDash.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Coming on sundown because today we're going to be talking about food delivery drivers. I did some DoorDash this weekend, Nick. That's why we're doing this. Let me tell you, the whole operation, the whole DoorDash, the whole food ordering app industry, it's got to change.
Oh, I love it. I think it's very inefficient and also fucks over the food drivers. But being able to DoorDash or Uber Eats food at any moment is sick. It's overly expensive for sure. Yes. But I don't think that here's where I think it works is if you're ordering a large amount of food. If you're using DoorDash and you're ordering like $60 of food, it's probably worth it. But if you're ordering lunch, you're going to spend as much money on food as you are for it to get delivered. And that's when it's a waste.
For centuries, if you wanted to eat a meal, you either had to go out to a restaurant or cook the goddamn thing yourself. Today, however, you can place an order to a seemingly endless list of restaurants and have it.
Who the fuck is ordering ice cream on Uber Eats? That shit is showing up fucking liquid. You're gonna be drinking that. Me? You've ordered ice cream on fucking Uber Eats? Yeah, then your DoorDash driver hits you with a, Oh, Ron has a couple stops along the way. He'll be there soon. Ron just picked up your milkshake. He'll be there in about 35 minutes. Oh, awesome. It'll be warm.
You can place an order to a seemingly endless list of restaurants and have it
to refreeze it
at your door without lifting a finger until you have to grab the bag. Well, many of us indulge.
I wouldn't even be pissed at the guy, bro, if he did that. Like, I couldn't be mad at him. I'm so serious. I would just be like, bro, you're good. I'm gonna refund that shit on Uber Eats or DoorDash. Like, don't even worry about it.
Well, many of us indulge in this.
Oh, I'd feel so bad.
Service extremely often. We never stopped.
78% of Americans use food delivery services. Bro, really? I'm definitely ordering more than 3.7 times per month.
We never stop to think about people who have to deliver the goods, right? We never take time to think about these drivers. I don't think what I'm saying. You know, also I started noticing that after a while they started taping the bags. It's because motherfuckers are probably
yeah, opening that shit up and eating out of it. They be putting tape over the drink caps now. That makes me feel safer, like somebody didn't just fucking poison my shit. Or yeah, no, when the bag ever looks like crumpled or fucked with, I'm like, that's weird.
But that's why if you're a pro, you got your own stickers and bags to replace stuff.
I thought that you're gonna have your own utensil that you're able to squeeze in the bag and Mission Impossible the fry out of the bag or something. Being a delivery driver, whether it's on DoorDash or Instacart.
I've had a DoorDash driver before, or it might have been Uber Eats. It only happened once, but he picked up my order and never delivered it. Just ate that shit. This was probably like 3 years ago. I remember being so pissed. I was like, he just never delivered it. He fucking picked up the order, and then it was like 5 minutes. He was driving, and then he just disappeared. And it said order delivered. And there was no picture, no food. I contacted him. I was like, he didn't fucking deliver that shit. Other people are always hungry. Yeah, no. And I got the money back. So, if you want to eat it, eat it. But he's going to get fired.
You don't make a lot of money. And then it's all based on tips. And then if people don't
it's based on tips. And here's the problem of being a driver is it's based off tips, and the tips are based off order price. So if you're a fucking DoorDash driver, you want people ordering like $80, $90 worth of food because then they're going to tip you, $15, $20. But most of the time, you're going to be getting orders that are like $20. They're tipping $5, and you have to drive so many miles that you have to go there with increased gas prices. You're not breaking even. You're still profiting, but you're making like less than minimum wage in certain in certain moments. You tip delivery drivers in the U.S.? Yes. If I order, I usually tip whatever's recommended. So, they have a sliding scale where if you have a cheaper order, they try to get you, they recommend you to tip like 24%. Or something, but if your order's more expensive, then they get you to tip less. Why? Well, because it's like, if I order $150 of food, I'm not going to tip you $45 to deliver it, right? It's one bag. I'm going to tip you like $25, $30. Because I'm giving you money to deliver it fucking 6 miles, 8 miles, however far it is. But if I order like a Chipotle burrito, I'm not going to tip you 10%. Because then you're getting like $2. I'm going to tip you like $10. So I'm basically paying for like half of the order. So they have that. If you've ever used it, which most people have, 78% of Americans, you see they have a sliding scale on tip guesses.
Tip you get.
Dog $30. Yeah. Bro, keep in mind, I also, dude, I have my own, opinions on tipping. And I think in the U.S., it's like a shitty situation where people aren't getting paid because the business doesn't want to pay them, so they work off tips. So it's like, oh, well, if we don't tip them, then they'll get paid later on. If every single person stopped tipping people would have to fucking up the pay of waitresses and waiters, but that's not the system we live in, so I always say just tip. But I'm also in a situation that I tip more than the average person just because I make good money. I'm averagely tipping 25% at a restaurant. But I'm not going to stay, because I'm like, why am I being stingy? High cortisol activity, low cortisol 2026.
Recently, there has been a trend on TikTok of people saying they are now choosing to only have female Instacart drivers deliver their goods because male drivers keep messing up their orders. One woman gave her driver a super simple list asking for 1 pack of toilet paper, 1 pack of towels, and 1 pack of chicken. Despite the app stating that the man scanned a pack of chicken, what she got was 240 red Solo cups.
No, that's so funny though. That is fucking hilarious. If you spring up, you're worried, and then you see the guys holding a bag of fucking food that says fucking Chipotle. I'm going, oh.
All the time.
That's when I bring out my gun.
Exactly. That's why I fire aimlessly. Maybe there's...
His wife ordered it. Still, would you not... Chat, before you shoot someone, are you not checking... oh, he's just delivering food.
Whenever a customer places an order, they often feel entitled to have the driver do whatever it takes to get their groceries to their door, no matter how ridiculous of a feat it may become. One shopper accepted an unusual order of 4 24 packs of water bottles, 6 12 packs of water bottles, and 7 4 liters.
Yeah, see, that's fucked up because then you're making that Uber driver carry a shitload of weight. And why are you ordering water?
Of distilled water and 7 4 liters of mineral water. My God. When they reached the customer's home, they requested...
My lift is not working, just letting you know. You have to deliver at my doorstep. I live 17th floor. All right, so he's just fucking with him. All right, yo, my elevator doesn't work. You have to carry fucking 140 gallons of water. up to my fucking apartment. You have to use stairs. I want all the water bottles. Please don't cancel my water bottles. Otherwise, I have to complain against you. I don't think that there's a world where DoorDash or Uber Eats is siding with the customer here. The fucking elevator's broken. He's requesting me to carry hundreds of pounds of stuff up 17 fucking flights of stairs to get a $6 tip.
Building was broken. Newsflash. It's outside. Come do it yourself. And in the end, the customer canceled the job, leading to the shopper's $8 payment being rescinded and increasing their overall cancellation rate. That's fair. $8? Ah, this is a depressing job. Oh my God. Besides driving people around, Uber also offers a meal delivery service called Uber Eats that is notoriously terrible to work for. Like other food delivery service apps, they pay their workers very, very poorly. Because of this, some drivers come up with creative ways to earn better tips. Jade Phoenix was a full-time Uber Eats driver.
The thing that I see, not with Uber Feets girl. What? I was going to say, not with Uber Eats, but with Uber, the thing that I've seen is somebody picks you up. You usually go, hey, or the driver will go, hey, I'm going to drive you here. If you want to ride back, here's my number. Call me and just pay me cash, right? And then they'll get the full amount. And I've done that, right? And that's a little sketchy. I'm a guy, so it's like a little bit different. I'm not as nervous with it. But it's like, the guy drives me, it's $40, he's making like 20 of it because Uber's just taking a huge cut. And he'll be like, hey, I'm going to be in the area. If you need me in fucking 4 hours, call me. And then I'll just come pick you up. And so that's usually like a better move.
Driver who claimed
because then they're getting more of the money.
Find a
and they're just pocketing it.
Secret method for raking in insane tips on literally any kind of order. When dropping off people's food and snapping a picture to confirm the order, she would purposely include her feet in the pictures.
There is no way that she's getting more fucking money from that.
Claims her tip significantly increased after she began this new strategy. She even received additional money on top of the tip after she sent them the original picture.
You got way more than expected. $29.68.
Do girls like men's feet? Men with feet. It's what psychologically, what is
that would lower it, dude. Some dude fucking whips out his dog's hairy ass fucking feet, man. Just in the photo, dirty as shit, long ass toenails. Ugh.
Is that? What is the feet obsession?
I don't know. That's something I will never understand.
Didn't we try doing a foot video and it got demonetized or something?
That's the thumbnail. If for whatever reason you want to watch it, it's on Patreon, bro. There's no way.
It's not just the customers that are creepy horn dogs, but the drivers as well. After ordering food, a woman in the UK began receiving creepy messages from her delivery driver. She was being asked if she was home alone or if she was married. When the woman said she was taken, the driver began begging her to leave him so he could hook up with her. Leave her, baby! The man got so desperate that he began offering as much as £10,000.
He doesn't even know what the woman looks like. He's just offering a random woman off her name alone fucking $10K to break up with her boyfriend.
For her to break up with her boyfriend, there's no way the pussy could have been that good. UK pussy? You kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, I don't think I can leave them. I don't think just can you leave the Chris at the door?
£10,000, Mom.
It shows you their profile. Yeah, but they're not going to be able to see you.
See what me can do.
While looking into the driver's account to report him, she found
which jobs have the most psychopaths.
Somewhere around 1 to 4% of the general population, but in some industries, they represent over 20%. If you thought they'd be busy
managers, no. It's got to be like CEOs has the most. Streamers probably has a pretty high rate of psychopaths, sure. Streamers, maybe social media in general. But I think like CEOs, CIA, yeah, like a lot of jobs that need like no empathy, where you just like fire people, kill people, and not care, like
working in dark alleyways or cutting people up in basements or chainsawing pretty young girls so you'd be safe in your smelly little office cubicle. You're wrong.
Blackjack dealers. 7 card 21. Good luck next time. Reshuffle the cards. You flip a fucking 2 queens. 2 queens, perfect pair. You didn't bet it. 20, I'll stand. You go. They're flipping a 6. They flip 6, 5, 10, 21. Bet again. You got an ace, 8, 19. Stand. They flip a 4, or they have a 4. They flip 4, 3, 4, 11. Flip a 5. You go, oh shit, they got 16. Another 5, 21. Sorry, good. Better luck next time. Better luck next time.
They're far more likely to be in corner offices on live TV or running for re-election. Because while some careers reward empathy and compassion, others reward manipulation, power, and control. Let's quickly understand what a psychopath is and then dive into jobs that attract the most psychopaths
Making meme coins
in the modern world. Psychopaths aren't just like the villains in movies. More often than not, they're high-functioning professionals living right next to us. Psychopathy is defined using the Hare psychopathy checklist, and it splits psycho traits into two major categories. We've got interpersonal and emotional traits, and we've got behavioral traits. Psychopaths have a major lack of empathy, absolutely no remorse, they're pathological liars, they're superficially charming, and they'll manipulate you in any way they can. They're also highly impulsive, thrill-seeking, irresponsible, often highly ambitious, and chronic rule breakers. In practical terms, a psychopath can fully understand what they're doing is harmful, they just don't care. Neuroscience studies back this up too, showing they're simply built different. Their amygdala, which processes empathy and fear, runs on low power mode. You put that kind of person into the workplace and what happens? You suddenly have a predator in an environment built for cooperation. They play office...
Well, they would still experience fear in some way, right? I never knew that psychopaths have a lower level of empathy and fear. But could you have the reverse? Like, who's the guy that climbs those towers? You know what I'm talking about. He free climbs towers in cities. What's that guy's name? Alex Honnold. Is Alex Honnold a psychopath? I don't know. Alex Honnold is a thrill seeker that has a low level of fear, but that doesn't mean that he has low empathy. He might just have like a fear disorder.
It's politics like it's life or death. They see colleagues as stepping stones, and they climb the ladder fast because they'll do things normal people simply won't. As Professor Babiak's research shows, certain careers act like magnets for psychopaths because they offer exactly what these people are looking for.
Dude, I can't escape Anton Chigurh. I'm serious. Ever since I've watched No Country for Old Men, I see Anton Chigurh every single day. Every single day, I see Anton Chigurh. He's like the most popular figure in my day-to-day life.
For status, power, and the...
Who is that? This guy. Anton Chigurh is a character in No Country for Old Men. He's a psychopath.
Because they offer exactly what these people are looking for. Status, power, and the ability to control others. So,
yeah, it's usually like higher power positions. That's why like CEOs are a higher percentage of psychopaths. They're not 80%. It's just like there's a higher... If psychopaths are 1 to 4% of the population, that's what he was saying. Like CEOs might be 20. 20% of CEOs are psychopaths. There's a higher concentration.
Are they? Psychopaths thrive in systems that reward the worst parts of them. So give them status, power, competition, and the ability to manipulate people, and they'll rise.
Well, control and leadership as well. Like, psychopaths are not inherently bad people if they control the bad aspects of their personalities, right? Like, that's one thing that needs to be said. Like, when you think of the term psychopath, you think of, like, serial killers and fucking American Psycho. Like, the average psychopath is a pretty normal guy. Like, he might be a dickhead. Can you profit from luxury buffets?
I'm at the most expensive buffet in the United States, and all these rich people are here to have a nice, relaxing meal. But that's not why I'm here.
Why are you bringing your kid to a buffet that costs $500 or maybe $1,000? What is he gonna eat? Chicken nuggets and mac and cheese. You gotta pay for a spot? You think it's cheaper for a kid? Probably not. You probably gotta pay full price because you can't bring your kid in, get the kid price, because then the kid might start just picking up items and give it to the parents.
I'm here to profit.
You know, he actually talked to me about doing this video. Like, this was filmed after the cruise video. I don't know if I should be airing that out. The way he films his videos is very unique. He has, like, certain ones that he's working on actively, and they sit edit it. Like, I filmed the cruise video with him before this. This is newer than the cruise video.
I'm here to profit. Buffets promise that all food and drinks, no matter how expensive, are all unlimited. But does this really make it worth it?
Oh, it's only 190 bucks? Okay, I know that's really expensive, but in my brain, the world's most expensive buffet would be like 1,000. Chat, only because, look, that's easy to break. Like, if you're going to a buffet that serves unlimited lobster and filet, $190, you can make your money back so quickly. Holy millionaire. Chat, I'm not saying $100, $190 isn't a lot of money. If you were listening 10 seconds ago, I thought the buffet would be like $1,000. You could get a bottle of champagne and pay that off.
Well, I'm going to be eating and drinking a concerning amount at
Oh, is he doing multiple buffets or just one?
3 differently priced buffets.
Oh. So was that the most expensive one? Bro, I feel like $190 for a buffet that gives you lobster and filet isn't that crazy. Is that to say? If I have unlimited Maine lobster, one lobster tail at a restaurant's like $35. If I eat 5 of them, I'm basically even. Like, in terms of like, okay, I would have paid, and then any drink on top of that, dessert, other shit. Like, if I went here, I'm just eating the most expensive. I feel like he could, dude, I'm gonna make a prediction that if the most expensive buffet is $190, Jack eats like $1,000 worth of shit. In terms of like what you would pay at a regular restaurant.
Going to be eating.
Not what the restaurant's actually. Yeah, he's eating caviar.
To find out, can I consume more than what these buffets cost me, equaling a profit? And we're starting here in Las Vegas. And behind me is our.
I feel like the cheaper ones are probably harder to profit because the stuff they're serving you is straight slop. Like, have you ever been to like a local Chinese buffet that's like $20? Like, dude, you're getting vats of food. Like, it's not, I'm not saying it tastes bad, but like whatever you're eating is cost them like nothing.
First buffet, the Circus Buffet. Now this is our cheapest buffet, which means it should be the easiest. But don't be fooled. This place is cheap for a reason. This buffet has a 2-star rating with some of the worst reviews.
Oh my God. This hotel's been one of the most filthiest and oldest buildings ever. They don't try enough to remodel and improve more adventure for children, teenagers, adults. All I can say is, damn, Circus was a hotel experience I wanted to share with my kids. Yo, why are you expecting a hotel that has a clown on the front and is named Circus is going to be a good hotel? I just got to, yo, they don't even got a headboard, chat. Oh my God. This is just a mattress.
I've ever seen from a place that sells food. Many people claim the food is unsafe, tastes like flavorless slop, and the whole place should be shut down by a health department. And I'm gonna eat there. Woo! The price for one person to eat at this buffet is $30, which...
Bro, that looks foul. Is that AI or is this just an actual image? Because there's no way this is real food. This shit looks like straight gruel.
To me, eating $30 worth of food doesn't particularly seem like a huge challenge. Now eating $30 of flavorless slop, that might be close to impossible. So let's find out.
There's no way it looks that bad on the inside.
The Circus Hotel.
I don't know, dude. Vegas is full of places that haven't been renovated since like the 70s.
And in order to get to the buffet, I had to walk through a
I always wonder how dirty these fucking floors are. I love gambling.
Beautiful casino. The smell of cigarettes and body odor is...
No, it's awesome. I'm so serious. I love that. It's like a nostalgic smell. Walking into a casino and just literally walking past somebody that reeks of cigarettes. I like warm. Do you guys like warm crab or cold? I would rather, because it's on ice. Like, I'd rather have warm crab legs with like butter or like lobster. Like, I'm not a big fan of like cold seafood. Like, I'd rather have warm, even like shrimp. Like a U-peel shrimp, I'm going, let me get them boiled or steamed or something. Let me get them warm.
I didn't want to get too much sushi because the rice is quite filling. To top it all off,
not hot. It doesn't need to be like, oh, it just came out of the oven or some shit. But like, I don't know, dude. Like ice cold meat.
Got yet another glass of champagne.
Outside of sushi, I like sushi cold. If I'm eating like nigiri, I would rather have that be cold.
Let's feast. Last piece. Ooh, that's so good. Oh my God. I can't believe I'm eating crab legs and sushi for lunch. That was amazing. I can't believe this is my job. Cheers. On my way to get plate number 3. We still have a lot to profit, so let's
Bro, he talked to me. I want to do a fucking for-profit with him so bad, bro. I feel like that'd be so funny.
Let's do this. I don't think it'd be very wise to stand in line for 10 minutes for some prime rib.
I think his video of the cruise is going to be really good, but like 2 days in, before we got like good content, he was like, damn, bro, we should have just done a for-profit vid. And I was like, yeah, but then we ended up getting good content out of it. I just feel like a for-profit video, bro, would be hilarious because it would be literally just degenerative, bro. Like, whether it was this or whatever, I'd be like, yo, I'm just going to get really drunk. Like, I'm just going to be slammed.
I ended up waiting in line anyways. Plate number 3.
What's a for-profit? What he's doing right now, where he like goes to an all-inclusive cruise or a buffet or a flight, and it's like you just pay up front and then you get whatever you want outside of that, and he tries to eat enough food and drink enough alcohol that he makes money.
I got some mac and cheese, this fancy looking fish, and a ton of prime rib. Now, I've never had prime rib before, but apparently this stuff is very expensive, which is why I got a lot of it. On the side, I got this very fancy, awesome looking mixed berry juice. And of course, at this point, you guys know the drill. Another glass of champagne, baby. Hopefully getting this much prime rib wasn't a mistake. I am a little bit worried about that, but nonetheless, I am locked in and I'm ready to devour this food. Let's keep profiting. The fish is like watery. That's not good. Mac and cheese.
I also don't like the shape of that mac. I think Big Mac's bad. You want mac that holds the cheese well. I think shells are a good pick. Shells do a great job. I think just any weird shape that could trap the cheese.
Oh yeah, guys, this is top tier mac and cheese.
Elbow's good, but I think that's too big.
I think
like these are fat ass pieces.
Makes up for the fish, I'm not gonna lie. Let's get it.
That's like more pasta than it is mac.
Pop my prime rib cherry. Fire. Let's try to get all this down. I'm good, how are you?
I'm great. So I kind of interrupted you.
Nah, you're good. I'm trying to profit.
Yeah, I've seen all the videos.
What's your name?
Aryan.
Aryan?
Jack's buzzing right now, too. 4 glasses of champagne in.
Jack, nice to meet you.
I know.
Thanks, man. W. Aryan in the chat, guys. Oh, finished. But at what cost? I don't know what just happened, but it's like I can feel the food from Circus mixing with the food from the Win. And
oh my god, I forgot earlier in the same day he fucking went to that shitty like breakfast spot. Oh.
Every plate I've had today is just hitting me like a train. When I do these videos, I put my absolute all into it, and I don't go down without a fight. So I'm not gonna be a little whiny baby and say that I'm full. I got stomach room for years.
Nah, and it's like, I feel like this is easier for me. Bro, he is so uncaring about social awkwardness. Like, he is the most openly extroverted person I think I've ever met. Like, when we were on that cruise, he went, "We're gonna go knock on swingers' doors." I was like, what? He's like, yeah, we're going to go knock on their doors. I went, I am not talking to them. He said, well, yeah, we are. I was like, what are you going to say? He's like, I'm going to say we're swingers. I was like, at their hotel room? It was like 9 at night. He's like, yeah. Like, unfazed. Just like, I'm like sitting here going, bro, that is like, I think I'm way more extroverted than I used to be when I started social media. I was like, I think I could talk to like most people in a social setting and kind of like mend myself to have a good conversation with them. Like, I think that's one of my abilities is like somebody that I have nothing in common with. I could find some middle ground to talk about shit. But like to go knock on somebody's door and be like, hey, me and like my husband are trying to like, you know, like I saw the pineapples. Are you guys down or?
Baby, don't test me. Before we go get another plate, I got some business to tend to. Number 3. Down the
bro, that
hatch,
shit
babe.
looks old. Like there's no bubbles. There's only a little.
I was on my way for my 4th plate with that champagne kicking me in high gear. It was time to profit, and my choice of cuisine was clear. No, I love the crab. I get a lot of.
No, I love the crab. It's just so. All right, so it's like not really profit, but they're technically unusable now, so I did have some impact on them. Yo, look at that fat ass claw. You should grab that.
I have no idea. I'm too scared. Plate number 4, another huge plate of crab legs. If I can eat all these and get another glass of champagne in me, we're gonna be looking pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. That prime rib is sitting crazy in my stomach right now.
Bro, I want to know what he did after this video. Because, bro, he's not with a cameraman. He is alone. It is 2:30 p.m. I wonder if he got on a flight after this. That's how he'll schedule his shit. No, actually, he's filming this. He's filming the one at the breakfast. He's going and doing this. He's walking out of here hammered or just drunk in general. Probably takes a nap at a hotel, wakes up 2 hours later, hops on a flight and leaves. Some shit like that.
But it's all a mental game.
But that's all these YouTubers. Like, all the YouTubers that do those, like, food videos or just stuff where they have to, like, bounce around the U.S. or the world. It's like, they're like, get it done, leave. Get it done, leave. I would go gamble.
I'm getting so full right now, bro. Oh, beautiful. Finally finished. Sorry to the parents of these crabs here that I just demolished, but they were delicious. I think I have every type of animal in my stomach right now, including grainy circus eggs, which is awesome. We are almost at a profit, and in front of me, I got another glass of champagne. Could I ask you a favor? Yes. Could you film this for my mom real quick? Just me. Okay. What's up, Mom? I know you don't like how I get violent when I drink and how I should go to AA, but you know what? It's a special time. I haven't drank in 9 hours. Cheers. I love you, Mom. Thank you. That was hell. We profited. Thank God. I am so
That's
full.
crazy. That's actually crazy. I know he's drunk. Even if I was hammered, I would not have the ability to do that. I would cave. I'd be like, okay, I think I could get to the point where I hand the woman the camera, but then I'm not going, hey, Mom, I know you think I should go to Alcoholics Anonymous. I'd be like, oh, hey, Mom, you know, cheers to you. Happy birthday. Like, I'd make up some shit.
Now, my waitress came around and poured me another glass of champagne without me asking. Look, we might have profited, but we might as well. All right, I don't want all this food to come up. I'm going to get out of here. The win.
Sluggish as hell.
More like the lose, because I just beat your ass. I was really hoping I profited on this one so I could make that joke, by the way. Jokes aside, I feel like that buffet was actually kind of a good value, and
It's still not profit, though. Like, it's profit in the sense of what he's paying, so it's very valid. But that's how skewed buffets and just restaurants are. Is like that bottle of champagne that he's getting, that's $7 a glass. The whole bottle itself at a liquor store would probably cost like $30. But the restaurant itself is buying 5,000 of them in bulk for like $10 a bottle. For you to actually make not break even, for you to make the restaurant lose money at a $60 buffet, you would probably have to eat like more than any human could. Maybe for the really expensive one that he's going to, I could see a world where, yeah, he's just getting a shitload of caviar and it's like, that's actually easier to profit. But I think the cheaper the location you go, the more in bulk they're buying. And it's just like, bro, that whole breakfast plate probably costs like $1, like in the beginning.
I feel like I got my money's worth. Guys, don't I?
Yeah, like Joey Chestnut. Like, I think you could get Joey Chestnut to sit down and just, you know, fucking rip 50 lobster tails. And then it's like, yeah, they lost money.
This buffet is so insane, so luxurious, and so expensive that I have to hop on a plane just to get there. In the name of profit, let's get going. Guys, this last buffet cost me such a ridiculous amount of money.
What is that fucking, what is Taco Guy bottom text with McLovin's ID? What is happening here? What is that? Is that the decor for the room?
Unreal. But to help pay for it along with all...
Oh, is this a sponsor? What ad is he doing? Oh, Chime. I do Chime. W Chime.
Description or scan his QR code. Back to the buffet. Behind me is the most expensive buffet in the United States, the Breakers Buffet. Guys, I made my reservation months in advance just to get a table at this place.
Bro, you gotta make it that far in advance just to pull up once? Do they only do it like once a month?
You have noticed my poorly tailored suit that I got from a sketchy shop in LA. And if you thought this was a style choice, you'd be wrong. This buffet has a dress code, which, what are we doing? The hotel that the buffet is located in costs thousands of dollars a night, and we are in the...
Oh my God. $2,000 to sleep there on a Sunday. Get the fuck out of here. That is so bad. When I stayed in San Francisco during the Super Bowl, I stayed at like a mid-tier hotel, and for 6 days it was $5,000. They're charging more than that on like a random weekend in like Florida. $2,000 a night.
Billionaire capital.
Year's gigs for $1 million. Did New Year's gigs for Gaddafi's kids. Can you believe that? How much money do you need to make, you know?
This Messi deal is crazy. He turned down $1 billion from the Saudi government to go play in the United States.
A lot of times these athletes validate themselves through the contract that they get, even if they don't need the money. Right. And these contracts that you can get from Saudi or some of these oil states are so exorbitant, it makes you feel in the twilight of your career that you're still that dude. And maybe that's why Cristiano accepted it.
Oh, I didn't really think about that either, because they always get you on the back end. That is true. That's why they're not getting like Shane or other people that are like comedians that are kind of like at the peak or the climax of their career now, and they're more likely to say no. Saudi Arabia or like a lot of the leagues they built are like built out of people that are on the last 5-year stretch of their career. Like Ronaldo's not going to be playing 10 years from now.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's
They
exactly
need
what
that. During the lead up, Bill Burr and most of the other comedians decide to stay quiet. But a few like Tim Dillon decide it's only fair for the fans to face the noise and put everything on the table.
I obviously don't agree with Saudi Arabian policies on women and things like that.
Yeah.
Is it my business to tell Saudi Arabia how to live? Truly.
How big was the check?
$375,000 for one show. I feel
For one night, he's getting $375K.
I will feel safe.
Dude, and that's one guy, and he's probably not even a headliner.
In Riyadh, I believe in luxury.
Like he's probably like a fucking pre-show. Like I doubt Tim Dillon would be the headline. He's a big comedian, but he got kicked off of it for saying that stuff. They didn't let him go. That probably broke his contract. Kevin Hart's getting paid. I'm telling you right now, Kevin Hart ain't going to fucking Saudi Arabia for $375K. Kevin Hart's probably going for 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, fucking 50 million. Kevin Hart makes fucking $100 million in a goddamn stupid movie that loses $800 million. Like, Kevin Hart makes that in fucking one line in a movie.
I'm going to say something and people aren't going to like it. If you think for 1 second that some of the slaves in that country are not proud of what they've built, I was fired from the Riyadh Comedy Festival.
He also revealed
immediately the jump cut forward. They kicked me off the show. I think I voided I think I said everything they told me not to say.
Paid anywhere from $100,000 to $1.6 million. And while the audience appreciates,
I feel like $100K the comedian should be able to say no to, right? Like, bro, these are like some of the world's most known comedians. They got to be making money, man.
And while the audience appreciates the honesty, Saudi...
Not that $100K ain't a lot of money, but like $100K, I feel like that's not enough to be like, yeah, sure, I'll do the show.
Authorities, not so much. Another comedian named Jim Jeffries makes the same exact mistake while trying to defend them.
People have been going, oh, how dare you go over there after they killed a reporter. There's been a reporter.
He got kicked off.
Reporter who they killed. One reporter was killed by the government.
Also, Nimesh Patel chooses to drop out of the lineup and apologize to his fans.
What made me change my mind? Someone said, how can you be a free speech person here and then go to Riyadh? And that gave me a lot of...
That's also very valid. For him to take that contract, maybe also unknowingly, like, not really knowing what's going on fully in the country, his fans being like, why are you doing this? And then just being like, okay, I will not go.
Pause. Netanyahu asked me to do something. I'd say no. This feels like the same thing. If it was life-changing money, I'd probably be over there. I'm just being honest with you guys.
One by one.
Oh, he's saying if they paid him more, he would have stayed.
All the superstar comedians make their way to Riyadh. Pete Davidson, Jimmy Carr, Gabriel Iglesias, Kevin Hart. The venue is Boulevard City, Muhammad Al Ali Theater. Right as they arrive at the hotel, comedians are escorted through a gauntlet of interviews, gift receivings, and even sand rituals. Turkey posts all of it to social media, and the internet has a field day.
We got Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, and the other comics at the Riyadh Comedy Festival engaging in some sort of weird
handprint in the sand ceremony.
Get used to me, because you're stuck with me now. So, Your Majesty, Your Highness.
I want to know what I can do to become a Saudi citizen. I'd like to start another family with the...
That is unreal glaze. That is unreal glaze. First day in the... Has he ever been there before? And he's been here for like 6 hours. Yeah, I'm coming off of 30 hours of no sleep. I'd love to start a family here. What's the process of getting citizenship?
In the Middle East.
The comedians take the stage, and pretty soon, quotes from the sets start making their way online.
Dave Chappelle had a lot to say, it seems. He says, right now in America, they say that if you want to talk about Charlie Kirk, that you'll get canceled. I don't know if that's true, but I'm going to find out. It's easier to talk here than it is in America. So...
Well, yeah, because you're talking to probably majorly Middle Eastern people about American politics. Like, I feel like it'd be easier to make like a really like fucked joke to people that aren't in the country in which the joke applies.
It's not exactly what critics want to hear.
I like that.
That'd be like, yeah, it's really easy for me to like, you know, just talk about Russia and like all the assassinations and things there to like people in Louisiana. You know, I can't do that over in fucking, you know, some unnamed city in Russia.
Turkey guy. I like turkey. He puts his mind to something, is happening. Okay? It's powerful. He can...
I don't get these people, man. How greedy are they? I do want to say, I get what you're saying, and I think that what the one guy did where he took it and then dropped out when his fans mentioned it was like the most realistic scenario. But like, I think it is a little glazed over as well to not recognize the amount of money they're being paid. Like in yours, you sitting there could be like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not defending these guys, by the way. Like, I don't think they should have done the show, but to say like, oh, how obvious it would be to just say no. Like when this guy comes up to you and goes, hey, 3 days of your time, I'll give you $2 million, which is what you'll make in your lifetime, right? It's kind of, it's not as easy as a no for the average individual, right? Now, these aren't average people. These are comedians that are extremely famous. And also, I would probably venture to say fairly wealthy, but...
Do you regret letting the women drive? It's just more people on the road. It's 100% more people and 100% more accidents. Honestly, I am surprised by how much shit you guys got here that we got back home. It's very similar in that regard. Like, you got a haunted house.
When the festival ends and the comedians finally come out to talk, it's clear that the weeks of silence have only made things build up inside.
I just want to let everybody know you're welcome, okay? Flagrant went out to the Middle East, and then all of a sudden there's a hostage agreement, there's a peace deal. I'm just saying.
But let's be frank, you never wanted my friendship. You were afraid to be my dad.
People are so stupid.
You know, they are bigging it up with positive responses, and some of them who weren't speaking to anyone before the festival began have come up with defenses of why it wasn't just about a big payday.
Did you or the other comedians have any sense?
Dude, this was like 3 years ago. There was some sort of thing that happened with my management where they were like, we might be able to send you to Dubai. And I was like, what? They were like, yeah, they'll pay you. I was like, for what? And they're like, to just go. And I'm like, do what? And they're like, post videos of Dubai. And I'm like, who the fuck's paying me? Right? It didn't happen. I never even saw a contract. But I remember, this might have been 2 years ago, but it was like something where there's like, they have like a section or a budget. I don't know if it's like government money, but it's like basically built for like, you ever see when influencers just randomly go to Dubai? They're not paying for that shit. Like when they're posting about like how awesome Dubai is, like 89, 95% of the time, they're not fucking going just to go. Right? Like they're probably getting the trip covered at least and doing like a post, or they're probably getting paid somehow. Like that's just my speculation, but it's just like when you see this TikToker, like, cause I don't know how much every social media person makes, but I'm in the social space, so I could have a guess. And I'll see these guys that I know are TikTokers or like social media people that aren't making millions of dollars, right? And they're spending 3 weeks in Dubai in a fancy fucking hotel. I'm like, this trip probably cost $30,000 fucking dollars, and you brought your friends, right? Like, there's no shot in hell that you just randomly on a whim were like, I'm gonna do this trip. Like, they had to be at least covering it. Would you have done it? I don't even know what it was. I remember I just had a conversation with him, and I was like, what do you mean they want me to go to Dubai? I was like, what?
This kind of response when you got back.
No, I had no fucking idea because just for the record, I'm also doing London, England on that tour. So
how much for you to have done it? I think there's a difference between them being like, we'll cover your trip, you can do whatever you want. Like, if I was able to just like actually show the city and like walk around and show how it was, I think that's different when it's like, hey, we want to pay you to do this, but you're not allowed to talk bad about us, you know? Like, I have instances where I really wanted to work with a brand and have them cover something, but I've also wanted to be able to freely speak about said brand, and they don't do that. Like, I love doing alcohol reviews, for example. I've really wanted to have alcohol companies cover reviews for me and be like, give me a bunch of product, but they won't do it unless I don't talk shit about them. So I'm like, I'm not going to do a fucking review where I'm not allowed to openly speak my mind about said product, food, drink, whatever it is. So in the same instance, if they wanted to send me to fucking Dubai and be like, hey, you could talk shit on us, we don't care, I'd be like, yeah, sure. Why not? But if it's like, you have to go and here's a 9-page contract on what you're not allowed to say, I'd go, yeah.
there's like that element of racism to it where if brown people are doing it, it's up.
Like, you either have
what?
Fans in other places or you don't. I will perform for my fans wherever they are in the world. People don't decide where they're born.
So you did it for the fans.
What was the
backlash, though? Tell me what was the backlash?
The backlash is just people who weren't invited and that don't even have fans outside of Brooklyn.
There's people over there that don't agree with the stuff that the government's doing, and to ascribe like the worst behavior of the government onto those people, it's not fair.
Right. Yes. I mean, the people over, these are not good people over there.
Okay, so you also believe that the Chinese government and the Chinese people are exactly the same. It's just racism. I think it took me a second. Because when people are going like, you're doing something.
Well, no, I don't think anybody. Well, she's saying like the people and the government's different. I think the difference is like you're getting paid by the effective leader or like a corporation that's funded by the government in some way, right? Like it would be different if you did a show in Dubai that was paid to you by some random investor or a guy, I think that's the difference. It's like, if the country's paying you, then it's like a no. But if it's like, oh, you're just in Dubai, the show's in Dubai, I don't think anything's like wrong with that. The show's in Saudi Arabia, the show's in the UAE, the show's wherever.
First of all, big shout out to Rihad.
When did America become the moral compass on human decency and human rights? Did we forget 400 years of slavery? Did we forget about the genocide of the Native American Indian? Damn near wiped out an entire race of people.
As for whether this will affect future events, it's still up in the air. Now with that out of the way, Turkey moves on to his next target.
Tom Brady. And that's shocking. Tom Brady needs money. Tom Brady's got to be worth $1 billion.
Always admired the power of flag football, the fastest.
Oh my God. He's like being the head of flag football. Bro, they're paying him a bill.
Growing sport in the world. So I'm very excited to announce that I'm coming out of retirement and teaming up with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh.
Well, I think it's also like, wait, what? Tom Brady's going to be playing in a Saudi flag football team?
Now I'd like to turn it over to His Excellency.
What? When? See, dude, no, they're actually buying everybody. They're buying everybody up, bro. What do you mean, Tom Brady, flag football, Saudi Arabia? What? He's in a flag football match in Riyadh in March 21st of 2026. It's a round-robin tournament with current and former NFL players, broadcasted by Fox Sports and hosted by Kevin Hart. My God. Like, do I think these events will be entertaining? Sure. But it's like, dude, they got to be... like, it's not... what do you think the goal is? Do you think it's like a PR move? Like, that's what they're insinuating is like it's a PR move for Saudi Arabia, but I feel like there has to be some sort of monetary goal because they just got to be setting money on fire for this. There's no way they're making money back to get more people to come to Saudi Arabia. I knew a kid in my class in 5th grade that left the United States and moved to Saudi Arabia. Have never heard from him since. But I know his dad, like, had a crazy job offer there. So I always wonder, like, how he's doing. I don't know if he still lives there. Eventually, oil will move away from main sources of energy. Yeah, so they're trying to look for, like, a long-term financial stability outside of just oil, gas, and, I guess, black gold. They bought EA. Yeah, I know about that. They're buying everything. That's what I'm saying. But it's like Saudi Arabia, and there's just so many. It's like a lot of the countries in that area. I was referencing Dubai just because I think Dubai is also an example of like an area that uses a lot of like minimum wage immigrant workers, like underpaid, overworked. I don't really know what Saudi Arabia's laws are like. I know Dubai's a bit different, but the UAE as a whole is also different from Dubai. Dubai's like its own individual section of like financial freedom. I don't know a lot about Middle Eastern politics, so take everything I just said with a fucking grain of salt. All right. We're about to do a Wikipedia speed run with Handsome.